What? Are we live? Is that what you said? Is that what you're doing? Are you really just becoming more Dune every single day? Like, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? All right.
Wonderful, wonderful. We love it. Keep it coming. Next time, just start like 10 minutes ago, Nimue.
Hello, everybody,
He's sleeping
and
on his
welcome to
content.
Once Upon a Roll. We are picking back up into our Bloodlands campaign with a quick recap. Last we left off, Phoenix Group, you were in Silverlake. You still are. You had defeated the abyssal rift that had formed. What seemed to be the thing sustaining the infestation of Silverlake, or rather, propagating it. You managed to get out of the city with the few survivors, groups of survivors that you had seen along the way, and now you're standing outside of Silverlake proper. Plants, fungi, thralls still infesting the streets of Silverlake, a thick cloud of spores hanging over the buildings and dissipating into the surrounding area. You have closed the rift. You've defeated and endured what seemed to have been the nexus of this issue. But going forward, the path is unclear. What to do with Silverlake now? Can you save more people? How do you stop it from inevitably spreading? All things that you all had discussed last time. Word did come that a few hours from now, Echo Group should be arriving. Echo Group being one of the sort of prime groups of the Wardens, according to Ches. So now you all are outside of Silverlake, weary, some of you exhausted, and escorting a group of over a dozen survivors. So, is there anything that you guys wish to do? The survivors that you've been escorting seem to be in a bit of a panic. Some of them desperately want to just get as far away from Silverlake as possible, and even try to begin to head down the road towards Glimmerdale. Just trying to get away from the city, or the town of Silverlake.
Persephone would definitely be in pursuit of them and rounding them up. Like, look, we have medicine, and we need you to stay here. We have cures. There's enough for all of you, but we need you to stay together for now.
Ezekiel would be trying to calm down those who are being rounded up as she goes and nabs the ones that are trying to get away.
Can the two of you please make persuasion checks as... What do you mean stay around here? You were in there. We just barely survived. We have to get as far away from that place as possible. You saved our lives. We can't... Now you ask us to throw them away?
Yep. 1.
Nice.
Huge.
I rolled a 17. No one's asking you to throw away your life. I want to protect your life. We need to keep an eye on you to make sure that these cures are effective, make sure they last. I can't treat you if you all scatter to the wind.
The tavern keep looks to the butcher and the others that were taking refuge in the tavern, and they share slight nods. That makes sense, but can we at least get a little further from that place? I can see those things crawling from here.
We can't let them out either.
No, we can't. I need you guys to stick right here. We're gonna have people who are more than capable of taking care of you come in a few. You just need to stay.
They look to you, and to Persephone, and they nod. The group of survivors that you had rounded up begins to settle down in the grass outside of Silverlake. As time continues to pass and the night begins to turn to early morning. You all keep an eye on the outskirts of Silverlake, and at least at this entrance to the town, it is certainly an effort to keep an eye on it, as there are the fungal thralls that occasionally do shamble and stumble their way out of the town, dispersing in multiple directions, but easy enough in the small groups that they come in, the small numbers for some of you to pick them off one by one. Can I have 2 people make perception checks, please, that are not Persephone or Ezekiel?
Do it.
Sure.
I will perceive. And perceive, I have not. I rolled a 7.
Well, you can't do worse than I probably
That's
will.
crazy. No, you're gonna get a nat 20.
Twice?
Twice?
Yeah, twice? I mean, that's not that
Close
bad, I
enough.
guess.
Wait,
Oh.
yeah, why are you taking shit with disadvantage?
Yeah.
But I'm exhausted.
Yeah, why are you trying to do it? Why did you let Bishop do it?
Oh. I don't know.
That's
I'm doing
alright.
my character.
I probably would have. I probably would have rolled the same. Right?
It's alright. 10 is not. 10 is average. So between nodding off a little bit, not really nodding off, but more spacing out, Azul, you keep your eyes on the entrance to Silverlake and assist in casting the long-range spells to take out any wandering thralls that are threatening to spread the infestation beyond the walls of the town. And as you stand looking at Silverlake, you can see something peculiar above the buildings. A shape that seems to be flying along the sky just over the fog and haze of spores. It appears humanoid. Actually, there are 2 of them. Silhouettes of humanoid figures flying above the town of Silverlake. And they look to descend. Seems like they surveyed the town for a while, maybe flying around in a circle or 2, and then they descend around the riverside area.
Well, Hells, I hope that's Echo.
You hope. Who? Huh?
You mean the birds?
Well, I wouldn't believe birds would act in that manner. They're clearly persons.
Okay, Azul. I think you're a little too tired.
Yeah, what is he talking about?
Maybe.
Come on, old man. It's time to get you to bed.
Do you want so like you saw them descend? They didn't. It was you saw them descending. They descended behind like the sort of tree line, sort of like around the area where you had first come across Ches. Maybe a 5 or so minute walk from where you are now.
Yes,
Maybe a bit
come.
further.
I can show you.
So at the minimum, Azul, Freak, and Bishop, you all head there, seeing the figure. Ezekiel, Persephone, Melody, you can follow as well if you wish.
Alright, you guys go on ahead. I'm going to stay with the people. Make sure that they're all taken care of and that they stick put.
Stay along and perform my tunes.
Yeah, it'll help ease their minds.
Let's see if it does. Go ahead and make a performance check, Melody.
Yes. Let's see here. That is a 15.
All right, nice. It definitely does offer up enough of a soothing, relaxing distraction to ease the nerves and keep them relaxed in this, or at least do something to take the edge off of this very tense situation that they find themselves in. Azul and the rest of you that went ahead, you see standing beside a rather large tree are 2 individuals. You're watching them at about like a 75-80 foot distance right now as you watch. One of them seems to be elvish in his appearance, maybe appears to be in his mid-20s if he was a human. Wild red-brown hair, angular features. You watch as he places his hand upon the tree, and almost as if the tree bark is burning away into this ovular, humanoid-sized portal, he steps into and through the tree. The portal in the bark closes, leaving a small ring of, seems to be like scorched wood.
Y'all saw that, right?
Maybe we're tired. We got closer. Maybe.
All right, sure. You can get closer. There's still one other person, the second person that you had seen, Azul, standing there waiting, a human man wearing robes. As you get within maybe 50, 60 feet, he turns and sees you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll call out to him.
He turns, seemingly almost like a little bit on edge, a little ready. Who is this? Identify yourselves. You don't seem afflicted, though he examines you a bit further, Azul, and are you?
No, no, not with this. We are with the wardens, or please tell me your echo.
Yes, we are, well, at least part of them. Sunlar, he went back to get the others. They'll be arriving here shortly. We're tasked with coming ahead, scouting, and, well, finding a way to get the others here. I can assume, then, you are the Phoenix group that Sheryl informed us on. It's good to see you still alive, if you all are. I was told there'd be more of you.
The others are keeping everyone that could be saved from the town in check.
Good. Well, when when Sunla and Captain get back, then I'm sure she'll have plenty of questions and words for you. And as he talks, then you watch as the sort of flaming portal in the tree opens up again, and that wild red-haired elf steps through in a cloud of dozens and dozens of butterflies.
Ow.
The butterflies all disperse and form a little bit of a semicircle, and as the portal closes, each butterfly systematically transforms back into a person. Suddenly now, dozens of individuals, 30 plus, stand around you.
That's a lot of people. A lot of butterflies.
Oh man, I'm relieved that we're finally gonna get some help.
A woman steps forward, steps past you all, looking towards Silverlake, a full elf who appears maybe in her, maybe around 50 years old, age lines on her face with the beginnings of crow's feet, light brown hair tied into a bun with stray bangs loosely framing her narrow and angular features. She speaks confidently and bluntly. Right. Torin, I want enough owls to get our mages around the town. Need you to control those spores. We'll wait for daybreak, in which case I'll take it from there. She speaks and guides and directs her group without really acknowledging the three of you just yet, just kind of taking control of the situation. You watch as a human man steps up, the one that she had pointed out. He lifts a small ocarina to his lips, and with a single note, you watch as about nearly 3 dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, somewhere in that range, hard to count, giant owls simultaneously spawn into existence. Hosanna, take your team, circle the town, make sure those spores do not spread any further than they already have. Keep them in control until we can proceed with eradicating them. You watch as a human woman, looks a bit distracted with messy blonde hair, goes up and shouts to a few of the others who mount up on the giant owls and take off for Silverlake, leaving maybe a dozen of Echo left here.
How many exactly are in the Echo group?
From what you see, it looks like somewhere around 30, maybe. The exact numbers you didn't count.
Would I have recognized anyone from Echo? Or from
Looking for a
where- I
familiar
guess what I
face.
saw. Mhm.
Looking for a familiar face. Some of them maybe seem like I might have seen that person around a camp at one point, like eating or something, but none that you knew by name. However, you and Persephone would have at least heard of this woman here. Raisana Darasuth, a full elven woman. Like I said, appears to be middle-aged, so an elf probably over 500 years old. And she is the leader of Echo Group. Echo Group being one of the 5 sort of prime groups, quote unquote, that started the Wardens.
Impressive magics. I assume we probably are no longer needed.
Azul, Frederica, Bishop, I assume. Sheryl informed me of you when she reached out. He would not say that you are unneeded, but for the immediate cleanup, I think that is why we are here. You can fill me in on exactly the details of what you encountered, what you've done, but for now, since she begins to walk towards Silverlake. Shia, take your people and set up groups around the entrances and exits to the city, or to the town. Need to be on the ground, ready for survivors and containment, if there are none. You guys turn to walk with them.
I'm not sure if it's too late for all of them. There have been some that we were able to turn back with the what was it, the antidote that we had.
She slows her pace at these words that you speak. Antidote.
Yeah, we were able to get a couple of them. We've been running them through the city as we progressed. Not much, but we were able to hand some out, and we have more coming. It could help.
An actual
I don't think we're done here.
remedy, non-magical remedy to this infliction.
Yes, I believe Persephone. I don't have any more on me, but Persephone would have more.
Yeah, we've been able to save a few dozen people, just about, or at least encountered them. They should be safe. And yeah, non-magical. Created by an apothecary that works for the Wardens, works with the Wardens, Guild Bond.
This is certainly good news. Until this point, when dealing with madness and disease of Zuktmoy, we've had to resort to magics of our clerics and likewise, so not needing to pull on their resources is certainly a welcome advancement in the fight against this specific enemy. Take me to the person who holds these cures. We will be requisitioning them.
All right, yeah. Let's it's right this way.
And you watch as she speaks to Shia, the cleric, who takes most of the remaining members of Echo Group and begins to head towards the various entrances of Silverlake. A scaled lizard folk woman, kind of shamanistic in her appearance. By the time you get back to Persephone, Ezekiel, and Melody, it is just Risana and the elvish man that had opened the portal. All the rest of Echo Group are either moving to their stations around the town, and you can see them flying on the backs of giant owls above the town. You can hear the sound of wind being gathered and stirred into a little bit of a frenzy. The spores that had threatened to spread being controlled and contained above Silverlake by the group of a dozen plus mages.
Melody turns over to look at Persephone and Ezekiel and says, "Is this the help that we've been waiting on?"
The gods. This is perfect. I'm gonna turn to the locals and kind of just like broad motion. They're going to take care of it. As we said, everything is going to be okay.
Looking around at the spectacle of, like, especially to these survivors here, just unbelievable display of magic and power. They really don't have anything to do other than believe you.
Ezekiel's gonna kind of also awestruck, like stare out almost while he's saying that.
This is the rest of Phoenix, then. This antidote that you have procured. I should like to see it.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Persephone.
Yeah, it's not a problem, and I'll take a few vials out of the bag of holding.
Okay. She takes it and examines it. You watch as her eyes flash with arcane energy for a moment as she peers into the vial itself. And the ingredients, recipe, procedures. I assume you have them written down somewhere to recreate this, produce it in mass.
Well, we have more coming from the alchemist, and, well, the way his name goes, I'm a bit out of it at the moment, but, yeah, he figured it out. It was actually a bit toxic originally.
See. Well, as I was telling the others earlier, this is a huge development in this front of our war.
Yeah, found 2 wizards out in the magic users of, I don't know what they were, crazy mostly. I guess their master had been overtaken by something somewhere at some point, and they just decided that the whole world should burn, and developed a way to summon Jewy Blacks. It was quite something. But anyway, it actually is a cure. Spores.
Developed a way to summon a demon lord.
Yeah, it opened a rift. It's not good.
Rifts are not good, but it's not just any rift that can facilitate the power of a demon lord. If you actually were able to handle something of that power, I don't think that you would be needing our help here with Silverlake.
They knew what they were doing. They said for Jewy Blacks to come forth, but I don't know that was just, they had just opened the rift. I don't know if rifts grow with power or how any of them work, really. It's the longer they're open, the more power they generate, or if it's just they're the power they are when they open, you know?
For the time being, we are going to deal with the Silverlake issue. I'm sure once everything is under control, then if there's any questions you have, I could answer them. For now, I would like any doses of this antidote that you have so that I can distribute them to my people and my team, and they can handle it from there.
I'll start taking them out,
Right. And she takes them and hands them over to the elvish man with similarly angular features, and he takes them, puts them into his bag. Go and distribute them to Shia and her group. They should be around the entrances to the city, to the town. Right.
People here aren't infected, but I'm not sure. I don't know. were trying to leave not too long ago. I mean, I understand why they would want to, but that's also the goal of the spores. So, a little worrying.
And has she sent one of her priests back to scan these individuals for any signs of the disease? Monet says, Captain, and the elvish man turns into a falcon and flies away.
We have more of the antidote coming through too. Maybe a couple days out at most.
Excellent. And the cradle, large plant, normally is one of per nest infestation, whatever you would say, of these things. Has it been taken care of?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Excellent. That saves us a few hours. Good.
Sunlight. The spores, they were blocking the sunlight. I don't know if that's
Yes. Once dawn comes, that is a way we will take care of it. We have seen a number of towns fall under similar fate, but they were quickly consumed by, well, the Bloodlands. We've dealt with this a few times. No more than a handful, but enough to have spotted and been able to exploit some of their weaknesses. Well, I'll do it. And she goes and weaves a spell and casts Sending. Sheryl, it's Rosanna. I'm going to need every team you have at Silverlake. And that's the extent of her message. You've done well, Wardens. Deserve a bit of a rest. Leave it in our hands for now.
There's one other thing. The antidote seems to cure it, but it doesn't cause immunity to it. I'm not sure if it thoroughly cures it, 'cause it's relatively new.
So long as we get these people to a place where they cannot be reinfected, I don't see that as an issue. The fact that it now saves countless resources of those in my team that can utilize that restorative magic is enough. It will allow us to exponentially speed up the rate at which we could save people. Especially going forward. For now, you may rest up. Everything is under control.
Thank you.
Very much.
I'm glad you're here.
She nods and takes a step towards Silverlake. You watch as she manifests a spell book that hovers in front of her, and then a second one. These two large, filled to the brim wizard tomes that flip open, and as she scours for a certain spell, she seems to find the one that she's looking for, and as the sun begins to rise, she begins to cast it. You notice that the clouds that were hovering above Silverlake begin to clear, as it seems Rosanna begins to control the weather, making an otherwise maybe partially cloudy day into one that is unfettered for the sun to beam down with all of its intensity onto Silverlake. And as you all begin to rest, you get the gist of the plan as she continues to control and the magics that control the weather, and her team comes and she gives them instructions. And so it seems like the plan is to to control the winds stopping the spread of spores, direct sunlight to purge the spores, exposing them to harsh sunlight to suppress and weaken them, get survivors out if possible, keeping them quarantined, and then systematically burning everything else. One section of the town at a time, and this is going to take a while. All or most of the Twinhills Wardens are summoned and stationed outside of Silverlake to assist with containment, as Echo Group does the work of purging the town. It's a large town, and even though they have powerful magics, it can only affect smaller areas at a time, so it's going to take time. A temporary warding camp of tents and makeshift facilities are erected around Silver Lake. As for the next month, you, Mastiff Group, and the others that of Twinhills are dedicated to this effort of containment, going in, searching for survivors as the areas are being cleared, and just in general facilitating the cleansing and raising of Silverlake. Is there anything that you guys wish to do specifically during this downtime? We'll pick up a few days, maybe a couple weeks into this, so you guys have gotten into the sort of routine of what your job is for the next couple weeks.
Okay. I'm guessing crafting's already been taken care of. We don't need to specify that.
Nope.
Okay.
So I know that during this time, while you guys aren't called upon to either go in and scour freshly weakened areas of the town for survivors, or stationed outside of areas that are being burned and scorched to the ground, large husks of the massive spore collars and controllers that you had fought being burned, collapsed, and like skeletons laying across the town, as slowly but surely all of Silver Lake is purged with sunlight, swept for survivors, and then burned to the ground.
I suppose for Frederica, maybe the first few days she'd do what she would always used to do, which was like lift boxes or anything people need moving around. But it would hit her that she's more experienced and not reluctant, but she probably would be more on the offensive side, or help sweep for like the infected.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Melody
Okay.
would be on like sitting down crisscross, like writing something in her book, and next to her is like a bunch of like crumpled papers over the past few weeks.
Wonderful. I wonder what that is. Great. Can't wait to find out what that is.
Yeah, and Bishop would have been kind of going through the motions, compartmentalizing it. He's not happy about what he needs to do, but he knows it needs to get done. So he's just doing whatever it's needed of him.
Okay. Are there any questions for anyone in Echo Group before I move on to what I've got next?
Like to just randomly was I don't know if it was like the core, but I'd like to talk about that type of thing that we ended up leaving behind. See if they have any experience with it or can do anything with it. If we were to encounter something like that again. You know, it's the core of like the thing that we. Is it the
Oh.
cradle?
The cradle.
Yeah.
Infernal.
Yeah.
The core, that thing.
Infernal core. I thought it was infernal core, but that's my brain. Sorry.
The engine thing? Or are we talking about?
Yeah, the engine, the core, like the the thing that was inside.
Ah, okay.
What are we talking about?
The infernal
that
engine?
we left on that
The
map.
Hellfire engine?
Yeah, whatever it was called. That thing.
Yeah, that big mech.
What do you want to know about it?
Oh, we have.
Well, didn't we leave?
Yeah, you left it up there.
Right, but like I don't know. I'd ask if they'd be able to do anything with it. You know, I guess I'm sure they've seen it at this point. I'm sure they've seen a bunch of them. So.
They could go and see if they can. Seen it, yes, but there are a number of mysteries, secrets when it comes to these demons and devils that we have not managed to uncover yet. And the exact workings of their weapons and machines of war is one of them, especially the more strange and sophisticated ones.
It would have been cool if we could have made something out of it. You know, use its own thing against it in some way. You know, I don't know anything about that. I just know how to hit stuff.
So, if there was a point when I could approach the leader, Razana, if she had a moment, because I'm sure she's very busy, I know what I hear, so I would try to talk to her.
Yep. So, Duen, you watch as she, standing outside of Silverlake at a distance, looking out towards the town and continuing to sort of direct and guide the weather to focus the sunlight down on the areas of the town that they're working on. You approach her.
Hi. I know you're busy, but I had a few questions if you could answer. I mean, if now's not a good time, that's totally, you're doing some pretty awesome stuff here.
As good as time as any. Well, what questions do you have, Persephone?
Well, rifts, do they get stronger the longer they're open, or they are what they are when they're opened?
We have tried to find that out, leaving what we had thought were weaker rifts open to observe them in a controlled way, and I would say that it varies. Sometimes they seem to stay weak. Sometimes they seem to grow. We determined it's not really I don't believe that it's something that is determined at the inception of the rift, more what they need it for. If they require a larger rift to allow more powerful fiends to come through, the rift grows stronger. If they do not require more powerful fiends to come through, the rift remains weak. I believe that the size of the rift is directly proportional to how much energy and effort it takes to open and maintain it. So, I believe it depends on what the strategies and machinations of the fiends are, as to the strength of the rift itself. And, well, the closer to the prime rifts that started all of this they are, the stronger they seem to be, or the easier it is for them to control. So the largest, most powerful of the rifts will be the ones in or closer to the Bloodlands themselves.
This makes sense. What you're saying. Understand? Do you happen... I mean, did you happen to know Francesca?
I was wondering when you or your sister was going to ask me about her. I worked alongside Francesca a few times. I know that she was one of the first that was not a part of the prime 5 groups to be recruited into them. She was not in Echo, though.
When people don't come back, do you think maybe she's out there still, somewhere?
Do you know the details of the mission she was on?
No, we weren't told anything. We weren't wardens at the time.
Since your sister, she was recruited into Omega Group. And her and a number of others in Omega went on a mission. We had received intelligence of an impending attack from a legion of devils. They were sent to delay, at least, this attack until we could bolster our defenses. We were not ready. I do not know what happened out there. Just that she did not return. And the attack never came.
Never came?
No?
That doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, if they were defeated, then they would have just... Wouldn't they?
I cannot say. Maybe one in Omega or their captain would have a more insight into that. I don't know why the attack never came, when it was expected, where it was expected. We saw, or at least gathered intelligence, scouting what we thought was the same group a number of days later. They seemed to have rerouted. But there's only so much time that we can dedicate to espionage and asking why. Especially during those early days, it was very much more reactive than calculated.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. It was devils, though, she went up against, right?
Yes, it was an infernal legion.
One of them had her face.
Excuse me, she says, looking down to you.
I was fighting one, and it assumed her likeness, and I just don't know how or why.
Are you sure it was not some sort of trick? In your mind, did others see what you saw?
I think they did.
Do not know how devils work, but they certainly do have the ability to pry into one's mind. Maybe it found some sort of weakness of yours. Maybe it actually did have some connection to your sister. I cannot say for sure, but I would not weigh too heavily one way or the other. If it is something that's been bothering you, just know that they can delve into your fears. Show you things you wish to see, things you don't wish to see. Don't trust a single thing that a devil says or shows to you.
Yeah, I guess that does. Thank you.
She gives a slight nod and returns her attention to slowly navigating and controlling the weather.
Need anything? I mean, can I get you anything or help with anything?
If I require anything from you, Warden, I'll be sure to let you know. I'm okay. Thank you.
Alright, I'll let you get back to what you're doing.
Anything else, Persephone?
Well, I've definitely. I would go find Frederica and tell her.
Okay. Frederica, Persephone finds you and relays this information that she has found out about Francesca to you.
You really asked, huh? I was. I mean, that's. I mean, it's pretty badass if, they never came, so there's that, right?
Yeah, I mean, but that could mean anything.
Exactly, it could mean anything. Therefore, it means she's fine. She's fine. We're fine. But there's no. Was it just her that didn't return, or I can't really remember the details. Was it the entire team?
No,
Omega, was it?
Yeah, there were some, it seems like, from the Omega team, but they didn't tell us much because, we were her sisters, but we weren't wardens at the time. So we just were informed that, she didn't come back and... Should have been there, I don't know why I wasn't. Like, why weren't we there?
I know you blame yourself for it, but we could barely handle this. And we're still learning. We're still growing, and it just wasn't our time. I wouldn't hold that against you, and you shouldn't either. Shit, I couldn't even ask her anything about Fran. I
Go talk to her. She's
Again,
up there. Go.
I don't want to. No, I don't. You talk to her for us, for the both of us. What? I have nothing to. It's fine. I mean, they say ignorance is bliss, and that's where I'm at right now. Not really. Is it always gonna feel that like this, though?
Like what?
It is. Well, I mean, look where we are. We didn't really save Silverlake, did we? We saved as much as we could, but it still wasn't enough.
Stephanie is gonna put one hand on each of Frederica's shoulders. She's gonna kind of shake her a little, and she's gonna say, "No, you got it wrong. We saved the world. Silverlake You got it? We saved the world
No.
from Silverlake.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Is it the... But we could have done more. Or I could have done more. And then there were those that we maybe could have given an antidote to, but then we ended up just not. We weren't human either, so we would have died. It's just a lot.
It is, and you did well. And we saved who we could. And no, we're not the most powerful. We're not even anywhere near the level of this.
Echo?
Yeah, Echo. All of the people in Echo. They're incredible. You know, we're not there, but I mean, even though we're much weaker, look what we did. We did save people.
They turned into butterflies, or rather, from butterflies to people. And then the whoosh and I couldn't even comprehend half of what I saw. I honestly thought I was really tired too. But I'm sorry, I'm going off track. Right, there's more that we could do. And I feel like every time I'm just standing around not fighting something, I'm not doing enough. Have we heard more news about the North? Or maybe... I kind of don't want to know, but we should probably... Have we been keeping tabs? Well, you know.
I haven't sent any letters home because, well, we just disappear in the night. If Mother knew where we were. But maybe I could write to Father at his office.
If he's even there. He probably didn't even notice we're gone.
Not?
Fine. We don't need to... I mean, we should check to at least see that, you know, our hometown is okay, but we don't need to contact them.
Well, maybe that's something to ask her about. Clearly travel much faster than we can everywhere. Or anybody, really, from Echo.
Fred's gonna puff out her cheeks and, like, massage them, like... Could you ask them for me? Could you be there? I don't like talking to people.
We'll find somebody to bother.
Who are we gonna bother?
Just what
Persephone,
we see.
Fred,
Hmm?
sisters. Am I intruding?
Yes.
No. And Persephone is like wiping
No.
her tears away.
Look, you made her cry!
I just got here. I apologize. Bishop has been incessantly looking for you, Persephone.
Oh, right. I should find him. Where is he?
Well, now, in your current state, I'm probably more concerned about you.
Oh, it's fine. Totally. And she just proceeds to, like, completely, like, wipe both of her eyes and, like, you know, big snuffle in and fixes her hair a little. I'm fine. So where's Bishop?
Well, if Fred is being anything like she was being before, she's probably devaluing her efforts here. I hope she's not being too hard on you.
I was scolding her. That's really what it was. That's why she's crying. Sorry, Persephone.
Interesting.
Alright. So you're gonna go find Bishop?
You should go find Bishop. Azul can talk for me.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't mind, that'd be great.
Alright.
Well, however I can be of assistance, I suppose.
Thank you. Then I'm gonna go find Bishop.
Just keep going. Don't need me to tell you that you find Bishop. Just you guys keep going. I'll stop you if something needs stopping.
I just don't know. Are you in like at a workshop or? Because I would like not.
Uh,
Whatever.
yeah, I'd probably be at a workshop.
Stephanie knocks. Hey, are you in here, Bishop?
Just for the sake of this, Bishop, let's say that by this time we're like 2 weeks into this downtime, you have received your letter.
Oh.
Well, never mind. If that fucks with shit, we can do that later. It's fine. Go for it. Just keep going. Keep going. You're fine.
Alright,
I was gonna do it right after this, but it's fine.
No, maybe not like this. That's not right. God dang it, I think I could really use Persephone's help right about now.
Hello, Bishop. Are you in here?
Huh? Yeah. Oh. What a coincidence. I was just thinking about you. Alright, yeah, I was thinking I'd need help, but I'm just trying to work on a few things, and I just feel like we could do so much more than we did, and I've been working on this new weapon, this new sword, and I really want to find a way to make this explosive grenade that I think it should. I wish I could shoot it. I just don't know how. There's just so much things I want to do, and I was hoping you could help me organize my thoughts with. Maybe we should just start with this. I don't think this sword's coming out right.
Let me see. Well, what did you use? What did you mix? Maybe the temperature was a little too high when you were folding it. Like, it doesn't look bad though. Might be like a little. Doesn't seem too brown.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to use some metal and some of the materials we got, that we've been using from the devils and demons, and I don't think I got. Maybe I don't got the ratios right. I don't know.
But if you wanted to be able to shoot one of the handheld explosives, you just need a bigger gun, right? Like a wider barrel?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was thinking about that, but yeah. I mean, the thing blew up. I mean, shortly after we lit a fuse. I mean, I don't know how we would shoot that without it blowing up in my hand. It seemed too unstable in the way it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it might need to be more stable. Maybe some kind of casing. But back to the sword. It doesn't seem like it's too bad. Just maybe, you're just not confident enough,
Oh. Well, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm trying my best, but I guess if you could tell.
You've helped me make things. You've watched. You know what you're doing. You just need to believe that you know what you're doing. Here, go ahead, Joe. Just have at it. Let me see.
You make a Smith's Tools check with, let's say, intelligence.
All right.
Then you as well, Persephone.
Oh, me too. Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
That's a 3. Yeah, I guess I should just. Yeah, that. With confidence, right?
Bang, bang. What was that?
I was supposed to roll. I just did an intelligence check.
It would be with your proficiency as well, because you're.
Oh, well, it's a 22, but.
All right. So he goes at it, and you have to like gently help him out, maybe a little bit, kindly. Like maybe we don't, hammer away at the blade edge of the sword and just. But, just more learning, another learning experience, more lessons learned in the workshop with Persephone Bishop. You work with her on the sword, you work alongside her with her gauntlet and her armor, and by the end of the whole month that you spend, you do pick up a lot of the techniques and understanding of metalworking. Of course, during this time, you're also assisting Melody with her longbow training, so you have a lot of stuff at your disposal to distract you. Probably the following day, after you and Persephone had worked on your sword and put it aside for the time being to come back to later, a male carrying horse rides up to the camp, and you see many other wardens begin to sort of gather around it. You notice some of the members of Mastiff group coming up and walking away with letters from family friends. It's just something that you guys have seen often enough, but have kind of just pushed out of your mind for the most part, as not many of you actually have people that you reach out to often. The exception to that is you, Bishop, who, as you are heading back towards the outdoor smithing facility that had been set up, the mail carrier rides up to you and... Striker.
Yeah.
Hands
That's
you a
me.
letter.
Oh. Thanks.
Nods and heads off, and you hear him calling out for other people that might not have been there. Just kind of like, Mail's in, everyone! And he rides off, and occasionally some others will come up. But you look down and you have a letter from home, Bishop.
Okay. I opened the letter. And I start to read it.
Okay.
Huh. Huh. Wait. No. No. God, I got it. There's got to be someone that knows. Okay. And I'm just kind of flustered right now as I'm reading the letter. And the first thing that comes to mind is that I need to find a way to communicate with my family. I need to find a way to get a message out to them, send messages to any possible locations where they might have gone. And at this point, that's pretty much my singular focus, just like completely like tuning everything else, but like trying to go to, where you would go to a courier to send mail out and just start writing letters to be sent out to multiple locations.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, anyone around would notice that, Bishop, you are around where the mail carrier, the writer, is currently taking letters in and putting them into the satchels, and anyone around would notice Bishop fiercely, like with a stack of papers, just furiously scribbling out letter after letter. Bishop, you're thinking of any place that you can think of, just eventually just you stop addressing them and you're just like, when you get to somewhere, just give this to someone, look for whatever. You're kind of a little bit hysterical right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gonna go up to Bishop. I'm just doing that and like, hey, are you? What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't seem okay.
Uh,
In fact, this is the least okay I've ever seen you.
I'm I'm a little busy right now. I just need a moment.
I can't just go off and I don't. Who are these two? What? You're not really giving me much to work with here, Mr. Striker.
Well, I don't know where to. I need to know where they are. I need to know they're okay.
You need to breathe first. What is going on? You're sending unaddressed letters?
I got this letter from my family, and I'll show you the letter.
Do you want me to paste it in the thing, or I can put it in the chat if you want?
Yeah, paste it in the chat.
Okay.
That's okay. I mean, but I guess I don't know, since it's a little bit of a semi-long read, not too long, but basically the gist of it is, the gist of the letter is that I was getting a report back from my family. They were thanking me for sending money home and kind of recounting a couple things like my daughter's 6th birthday, but that things are getting really unsafe and they're pretty much going to have to move away, in refuge. But they don't really know where they're gonna go and they don't really tell me, so that's why I'm so crazy right now, basically.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, look, this is not a bad letter to get. This is a letter meaning that they're being careful. They're being safe. They've left so that you know that they're not close to the line, right? So that's good news. That's good, right?
Maybe I don't know. It just I can't do what I do here if I don't know they're safe. I'm doing this for them. I wouldn't be here this far away from them if this meant nothing. I need to know where they are. I need to know they're okay.
Doesn't mean nothing, and your wife seems like she's really smart. She's packed up before anything happened. There's only rumors, and she's headed probably further south, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, we at this point I just I'm from Honos.
Okay.
Do you understand now why I'm worried?
Yes, I do. I mean, do you think they might have went to the capital?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's possible. I mean, but really quick, the capital's Pax.
Yeah, Pax Invictus.
I figured it looks capitally. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, but I'm not even sure how it would be if they got to Pax. I mean, are they even taking in refugees? I mean, I don't know where they would go. Things aren't exactly easy to just get around. I mean, they're fine, but I don't know if they got the type of coin to move around the way they need to, or the way I would want them to, with ease. I mean, I feel like I gotta go. I gotta go over there, and I have to go to Honos. I'm not sure. I don't think they might not even be there, but I need to know where they went. I need to know how things are. God.
Well, before you do anything, you need to breathe. And the second thing is, like, do you have family? Does she have family? I mean, you have to have family, right?
I mean, for the most part, it's just us. But I mean, we do have someone that he's been in. He's not exactly family, but he's he's like family. He promised he'd take care of them, but I mean, he's getting up there in years. I mean, he's a lot older than he used to be. I just
Well, if he said he's gonna take care of them, and you trusted him, I mean, obviously you did, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right?
yeah, but it's just. I mean, with what we've been dealing with lately, I mean, I'm not sure he could handle something like that.
Well, that's why they're leaving. They left. There were rumors of things like this, and they set out for safer haven elsewhere. Do you have any idea where he's from? Is he just from the town, or is there anywhere that he's traveled, or like anything about him that might give you an idea?
Nothing that comes to mind right now. I mean, he was part of the military too when he was younger, but I mean, pretty much go everywhere. I mean,
So,
I'm not sure.
was there anywhere he mentioned ever that sounded, you know, like
I can't think right now. I'm not sure. Look, I just need to know they're all right, and I know you're trying to help, but it's just.
well, maybe the post guy can help us to know of all the towns around Panos. That's where you said you're from, right? We can get a list, and we can send a letter to each town.
All right.
Or
We-
you
or-
don't have. Do you have anything of your wife's?
Yeah. Yeah, just this locket. Just a picture of me and her and our kid, Belle.
Oh, you have a picture of her. Okay, that's even better. I'm sure that we should find someone from Echo Group or any of the other groups. We'll put out word that we're looking for someone who can, you know, send a message or something.
Well, what do you mean? How is this gonna help? I'm not understanding.
I don't know exactly. I know that they did all kinds of crazy magic, so how can they came from across the world or across the country, not the world. Probably not the world. Maybe across the world. Probably not though, because he has Magia. I digress. They were able to come through a tree, so I think maybe there might be magic that could help us. But I mean, magic isn't always the answer, so letters are also good. Are you going to be here for a while, post person? Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'll be here for a bit, yes. The horse needs rest, but I did need to continue. Was hoping to get at least part of the way to Glemmadale by nightfall.
Okay, well, here, I'm going to bother you and get a list of towns, and you're going to go find somebody to help you contact your family. Got it?
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah.
Whether it be, you know, sooner or later, I'm gonna get the list. And do you have a copy of a letter? It'll be in the wrong handwriting, but I'll just say that we're trying to find them. No.
A copy of the letter I just got? Or...
No,
that you
a
wrote,
copy
probably.
of the
that
letter
you're
you're
writing.
sending. What do you want me to say?
Oh.
I think the letter's just very simple. Like he's really just trying to locate them, right?
Are you here?
Because at this point, the letter that you had received, Bishop, was a bit over a month ago. Was your daughter's birthday, so this is an old letter.
Yeah.
You know, that's just it's kind of like, you know, the nature of mail at this point in time, going clear across the country, basically.
Yeah. And I mean, it would be probably a very rudimentary letter. It's pretty much just saying, you know, try to get this, sending it out to different towns or maybe different connects in the military that I could think of.
Yeah, I don't think it's even like to your wife. It's more just putting the feelers out there and like hoping that
Yeah. Hoping that
something
it gets to like the post, and then someone would try and find out because maybe there's someone by that name there that they recognize, and they're actually there.
All right, so you guys spend a solid few hours on that and get just a load of letters to go out to the towns around and villages that surround Honos and the capital, everything that you guys can think of and find out. Persephone, your education certainly helps out in this regard as you recall names of towns and places in the area. You guys get the letters out. Or into the postman, sending dozens and dozens of them.
Oof. Okay. All right. I'm sorry to make you wait so long for us, but here, I just need to get these sent out.
He takes the large stack of parchment and does like, all right. It's a bit abnormal, but I overheard. It seems like it's a bit abnormal a circumstance that you're in. So, I hope this works for you.
I hope so too. Now, kind of calming down slightly. Now that Bishop is more of an take action person. So now that he feels like he's done something, at least, he's slowly getting a grip. And I guess he would then kind of remember what Persephone told him earlier, and kind of mention it again, and kind of bring it up like, you really think maybe magic could help with the...
Absolutely. I mean, I don't have magic like that, but they have...
But she knows of it. Persephone knows all the magic.
I don't know all the magic. I just said they came through a tree.
So they must be able to find you with a personal trinket that you have. So as long as you have, let's see, looks up the scrying spell.
I didn't mean to look it up, okay?
Yeah, that's true. Do you have anything of hers? Oh, that's great. Maybe magic would help now.
I was thinking the sending spell, like if he had an image of her, or could make an image of her, but like scrying and sending, or whatever combination of those two, yes, I'm in search of those spells.
So I guess we would go and try to search for someone from Echo Group that could maybe help or point us in the right direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's lots of people that are looking for people, and, well, could try to see if they're okay. It's not going to help you locate them by any means. I can just see where they would be. Like, and only get like about the surrounding few feet, 10 feet around, maybe a little more. I can see that they're alive or not, but it's quite the taxing spell, and we have lots of work to do here in Silverlake still.
Look, I'll do whatever it takes. I mean, that helps. I just need to know they're okay. If you need me to work double, triple shifts to make it up for your time, please help.
It's not really up to me. You'd have to talk to Rasana about what you could do, but I'm just... Not you looking at... This is really messing with you, so... Just... You have anything, like... Can you describe them for me?
Yeah, look, I have this picture of them here in this locket, but I mean, if this helps, and of course I can describe them to you if you need more details.
You show the portrait in the locket, the small painted image of you and your wife and your daughter when she was just a baby. Alright, let's see. I'll try. No guarantees, but I'll try. The individual that you found and goes and takes out this stone bowl, this nicely carved stone bowl, and from a small decanter fills it with this lightly shimmering water. He takes the locket and rests it beside the bowl opened and focusing on the image, and as you describe her and in more detail as he casts the spell, you watch as images begin to form in the ripples of the water, images that you and Persephone cannot make out, but you can see that something is happening on the surface of the water, and he says, I see her, I see them. It looks like they're in a small room, maybe a tent. They're sitting at a table. They seem okay. There's it seems like there's plates of food in front of them. Not much, but there is food they're eating. They look healthy. There's a third plate on the table, but I can't see if anyone else is there at the moment. That's it. And he blinks, and the water stills, and they're gone.
Oh, you saw them then, huh?
Two of them sitting at a table, yes, but there are 3 plates at the table.
Okay. That must be Jeffrey. He must be. Oh, Joffrey. He. Okay, so that's. I guess you're safe. And you're sure you saw my little girl, right? I know she doesn't look just like the picture. She's a little older now, but.
Well, yes, there was the girl, maybe, I don't know, 10 at the latest, probably a bit younger. I don't.
Yeah, yes, she's 6 years old. That's right. You probably saw her then. Okay. Okay. Hi. All right. Well, that's good. I mean, it seems like they're all right, and maybe the letters I sent out will find them. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He nods and pours the water out of the bowl back into its container and goes about his business. You all continue your duties to the wardens as well as your own personal projects. The smell of burning plant life and buildings is a constant, something that you guys have grown accustomed to by now, as Silverlake burns day and night through the entirety of this cleansing and rescue process. Is there anything else that you guys wish to do or explore before we move on? Anything else that you guys want to have conversations, roleplay, what?
You could go first.
Okay. Over the course of the our stay here. Ezekiel's just kind of kept to himself for the most part, and he's been writing, kind of like jotting down everything that's happened. So at some point, once he was done with that, he just sent a letter to his village. He gave it to the postman.
I don't think that Watcher's Grove is on a place with a normal post route.
No?
You're like you're a little like
That is true.
oh in the middle of the forest. Like
Oh man, how would I communicate?
you have the sending spell, huh? Do
Nay.
that.
Yeah,
What?
I do. I
You
forget I
can
have-
prepare that. You're a cleric.
Okay.
You have
Oh.
the sending spell.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna do the sending
Magic
spell.
solves everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Especially when you know about it.
Yeah, especially when you know about it. Yeah, I'm going to use the sending spell in that case.
Okay.
Besides that, yeah, he's just kind of been to himself. That's it.
Okay. So, as you reach out magically to those back home, obviously they are ecstatic to hear from you. Doting over you over the phone, you know, probably your dad not really understanding magic that well.
Hmm.
Like, you know, he's
Boomer
old
dad.
man, old man over FaceTime.
Yeah. How does this work?
I'm just gonna.
Can you hear this right now?
Do I have to speak it, or do you have to, or do I, can I just think it?
Dad, don't. You can just speak into it. I can hear you.
Okay, and so I just speak back to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Is there any sort of limit on the amount of words I could? That's it.
No.
Oh no!
It just gets cut off.
Aww. No
he
more
goes off on
minutes.
a really long story telling you about like how everything is going
that's
on.
Great. Well, this is what Ezekiel doesn't hear. Oh, it's so great to hear from you, lad. Me and your mother was so
Aw.
proud of you. You don't understand. Every morning I wake up and I expect to see you running around, but then I remember you're off becoming a man, and I couldn't be more proud.
Ezekiel? Okay, you know what? Because of how the nature of the sending spell, I'm gonna contact them probably like over the course of a couple of days.
Yep.
They will become well acquainted with sending.
Yeah.
By the second day, they started to get it. By the fifth day, he understands how it works.
Okay. Yeah. God damn it.
If you take too long to do this again, he's gonna completely forget and you're gonna have to start over.
So, with this being said, it's not gonna be any intricate details. It's just gonna be like the general like sweeps. Me saying I'm alright,
Yep.
having a good time.
Sounds
Well,
good.
not really a good time, but you know, a time.
Just outside of a town, burning it alive.
Yeah.
NBD.
Yeah. Would my mom be
She would be more familiar, yes.
okay? So, yeah, I would have talked to both of them over the course of like the month that we spent.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep, just fine.
Yeah.
Best part is realizing you could have done this for months now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, given that I get 25 words total.
Yeah.
Oh, how long have I had level 3 spells for?
Since level 5.
Well, yeah,
Shut up.
yeah, but months?
Too long.
Too
Why don't
long.
you write?
Wow. Why don't I write? Well, I mean, we just established why I can't
Yeah.
write.
You know what I mean. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've just been kind of doing my post, my position that they assign me to, and then
Yep.
just talking to my family.
Sounds good.
I totally didn't want to get in the way of what Bishop was doing, but all of his family drama, Persephone probably slipped a letter in there too. Just a short one, just quick, like,
Okay.
"Hey Dad, hey Papa, I love you." And nothing.
Oh.
Just that.
All right.
Aw.
So okay,
You
so
know,
to the
no.
capital is where you're sending it.
Yeah, to where he works.
Okay.
not to my mother.
Okay. All right.
But also, one of the training sessions that Melody's having with Bishop, I would
Mhm.
try to convince Bishop to stay in the workshop and take his place.
Okay. So, Melody, you are standing out on one of these, like this little archery range type thing that you and Bishop had set up for your training, and you're standing there with your longbow in hand, waiting as the sun creeps across the sky, and you know that any moment now Bishop will arrive, and you will continue your daily trainings with Bishop. And Persephone shows up.
Oh, hey Percy, yes, my face is all flustered and flushed and red and sweating semi through my hands. I didn't see you there. I wasn't expecting you here. Uh, are you lost?
No, I'm here to help with, bows and stuff. Yep.
Oh, you're here to watch us?
No, I'm here to help. How's it going? Can you show me?
Melody's just waiting for like a few more seconds, looking behind for Stephanie to see if anyone else is coming. Yeah, sure, yeah. So, she's there posing, trying to like shoot an arrow from her longbow. Is this okay?
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Without your proficiency bonus, because I think you're working without the gloves for this point to try to get it like naturally.
Okay, let's see here. So then I gotta look at my proficiency. I think it was a plus
I think it's
one, and
plus
then
3 for the
Oh.
proficiency.
I got you. I removed the
okay.
proficiency from your dice cloud, so just roll.
You know, melody math. What can I say? All right, here you go. Attack roll, and that's a 12 to hit.
Alright, so on the straw dummy that you guys have set up over there, you aim center mass and you shoot, and comes up a little bit short, still manages to hit the around where like the ankle would be, but you know, it's still a hit, not exactly where you're aiming, but
I mean,
There you
you'd immobilize somebody with that shot. That would be hard to. How did you do that? Wait, let me see. You know, there's something that. Okay, look. The thing is you don't have to be cute while you're shooting a bow. You know, you just stand with your shoulders like this and your legs more like that, and I'm like kind of positioning her, trying to.
Melody has like just a random like blush in her face all of a sudden. Like this?
Yeah, more like that. I mean, like, as I said, you don't have to worry about, like, looking cute, like, in a cute pose while you're shooting because, you know, you got that going on already. But this is, like, you're trying to hit the target, right? So try again.
Melody feels really inspired to do another attack roll from Persephone's words.
Persephone, do you have proficiency with longbows? You have all, yeah, you do have all of that, so you're proficient too. All right, so with her instruction and training, then go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. Still not with your proficiency though. Just like if Bishop was instructing you.
Oh no, I didn't do it with advantage. I'm so sorry.
Watch out, there's a mind
No,
flayers!
I'm sorry. No. Okay.
No,
With
I'm joking.
advantage. That's an. I guess with advantage it's an 18.
18, that's much better. So, as Persephone watches over your shoulder, you draw the bow and release it, and strike pretty much exactly where you were aiming for.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
awesome. That's really
Oh.
great. That was a nice shot.
Melody turns around and she's like bowing down to Persephone, thanking her so much. Hey, I appreciate your help. But it wouldn't be so me to not ask. But have you seen Bishop around?
Yeah. Yeah, about Bishop. You like him, don't you? I mean, you do, right?
What? Like him as a companion, partner, fighter, because he's so strong and masculine and yeah. I mean, what were you saying? She's like crying, trying to think of an excuse.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you like him, right? And you want to be around him, and you want to spend time with him, and I can tell you that he could probably use a friend right now. Like, if you were his friend, that would be like, be his friend. You know, ask him how he's doing, what's going on with him. It's an excuse to talk to him, you know?
Oh, you're right. Melody's so flustered and she like goes on to glump Persephone super hard. Why didn't I think of that? I could have just been a friend for him this whole time to talk.
Yeah, I really think he could use somebody to talk to sometimes. He's pretty quiet, you know? I kind of pat Melody on the head.
You know, you're right, Persephone. Thank you so much. And as she's walking away, she turns back one more time and says, and thank you so much for the training. We should do it again more often.
Of course, just let me know.
And she was walking away, skipping happily with a huge blush in her face. She doesn't know whether that blush is from Bishop going to see Bishop or from Persephone's training.
Great, so she skips, and I was like, yep, this is good training. 2 shots, that's all I need. Sprints to Bishop. Alright.
What a long day.
What a long day.
It's not much, but it's honest work. No, I'm just kidding.
I really worked up
You
an
what I've been
appetite
dealing with for the
that
past
one.
week.
Alright. Are you going to be a friend for Bishop?
I am. So I'm just gonna
Alright.
pop my head in the workshop here.
Yep, so it's yep, so it's an outdoor workshop because it's a temporary little setup that they got going here. So Bishop, you're working on your stuff and kind of out of your peripheral, like you're focused way more on your work. You do see someone approaching, and the only person that's ever approached you, like while you were working on any of this stuff, has been Persephone.
Is it? She's like clearing her voice in the back.
Oh. Huh?
She's like frozen. Say something until he says something first.
Hi. Hey, Melody. How are you? Not used to seeing you around the workshop.
Yeah. About that, I was just checking in and seeing where you've been. We had our training session earlier today scheduled, but Persephone took over and she did quite amazing actually. And so I just thought that maybe you needed some company, and since you weren't around, as usual,
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I asked her to cover for me because I just really wanted to work on this thing, and yeah, I thought she would
Melody
be
interrupts
capable.
Bishop and she puts her arms together and says, "You don't ever have to be sorry."
Right. Yeah, sure. Thanks. I still like to be considerate, though. So I mean, either way, I should have probably told you myself. But yeah. What brings you around here? Do you have something to tell me? Hope you're not mad.
I could never be mad at you. Me? Mad? No, you're not a knoll or anything. Why would I be mad? You know, this speaking of weird stuff and things that have nothing to do with gnolls, have you seen those like horse carriers everywhere and people getting mail and well, I'm just I don't know, I'm just feeling some kind of way, you know. I was thinking about sending a letter home and I've been kind of not doing that and I don't know if I should and well, what about you? Did you get anything? I'm sure you probably have like some fan mail or something, because you're so amazing. Oh, she looks down.
Um, I- not sure who you think I am, but I don't have any fans. You should know by now. I'm just I'm just here doing my job. But yeah, I did get some mail. It was
Melody's ears perk up and just like get closer.
it it was a bit bittersweet, but it was from my wife and my daughter, and I mean I think they're doing fine, but they had to leave home. It looks like things aren't safe anymore back where I'm from in Honos, and it's been a little tough on me, so I just been trying to work as much as possible. Keep my mind off it, you know?
Melody's like struggling to say words as she feels like something in her windpipe trying to prevent her from talk, but she still pushes through anyways to say words to Bishop. Oh, well, I hope I hope they're fine, and I oh, you know, Bishop, if you ever need anyone or anything, I'm like always here, you know. I know you said you need a distraction, but we can always do something together if you ever wanna you know, keep your mind off bitter things.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. It's good to have friends around. So, I appreciate that. Um, but you said you were thinking of sending a letter yourself. Is you got family that you wanted to contact or friends?
Mm, nah, I mean, yeah, I have a family, but I don't think it's a good idea, anyways. But that's like you said, you know, don't worry about me. I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about you, silly. And just to let you know that I'm here for you always.
Well, thanks. I'm here for you too. You know, that's what we're all here for each other. You know, I feel like you and the Rex of Phoenix Group. At this point, we've been through so much together that I think I'd just about do anything for any of you. Um, well, within reason and within my power, of course. But hey, just talking from my perspective, family's important. You don't know when things could go left, and I don't know what's going on with your situation, but if you were thinking of riding to somebody back home, it doesn't hurt, you know. Only if you want, of course. I mean, I'm not trying to force you.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right, Bishop. Well, like I said before, here if you ever need me, just um, gonna go look for Fred and punch something. I'm gonna and like I said, if you need me, I'll be here. She like turns around and runs away.
Uh-huh. Alright.
Okay. Well, see you later, I guess.
Alright. Anything else? Okay.
Where is Fred?
Where's Fred? Alright, sure. You could go find Fred.
Fred is probably. It's been a few days now. You said, or a week? Over
Yeah,
a
it's been a couple weeks now.
week? Okay. Fred, for the most of, I guess, the most part during these weeks, really kind of just threw herself into assisting in any way that she could. Part of it was due to she didn't confront, what was her name again? I forgot. Nissa? The
Rosanna,
elf lady?
the elf.
Rosanna, yeah. So, she has yet to approach her. But she has also been avoiding Persephone, sort of. In the time that Melody found her, Fred was probably finishing up, I guess, a workout. Kind of taking it easy. Kind of just doing sit-ups. Some
Okay.
push-ups.
Cool. You find Fred in the middle of a workout?
And as it's very calm and peaceful, Melanie just goes in crashing through, yelling,
I think your noise cancellation actually did something this time.
Yeah, you might want to.
I need to punch
Crazy.
something!
I need to punch something.
I would. Okay, yeah. What do you want to punch? Who do you have? Do you want to punch somebody?
I wouldn't want to punch a person, but I need help. My chest hurts. I need to punch something right now.
Okay.
Like this rock.
All right. Well,
She's
Make a strength check, Melody.
Azul passes by, sees this.
Oh no. Are you offering yourself to be punched?
No. I'm just seeing this from afar.
Hmm.
And then
15. Alright,
like
cool.
tilts his head.
Yeah,
Keeps going.
you punch the rock. You take a single point of damage for doing so, as you scrape your knuckles. But you know, the adrenaline and dire need / emotions that are roiling through you kind of makes it so that you don't even really feel it too much. Frederica, you witness Melody just punch this rock that's nearby. You see the blood trickling down her knuckles, and she's still just looking at you with this "I need to punch something" face.
You know, I would have preferred if you punched me over a rock. We could have at least sparred a little bit. But now you're bleeding. Oh my. Come over here.
I'm
I'm gonna
see.
try to clean her wounds.
Okay.
So is I imagine something's not okay? Are you okay? Are you drunk? What time?
What time is it? Does that matter? Is that question relevant?
That's
True.
a good one. Yeah, that does make sense. She should have been drinking. I don't know, Fred. It's having to do with everybody getting letters from home and, well, I don't know. So you see that pile of paper I have over there? Like she's pointing at all the scrap pieces of paper and paper balls. Well, some two of them were for Bishop, but that we don't need to read those, of course. Everything else was just letters being written to my family back home, and I just don't know. I mean, they don't care. Why should I even write? Why am I pretending I care? And why am I sad that Bishop is sad? What is going on with me? Did we even do the right thing? She's yelling at Fred when it comes to the whole Silverlake plot.
Fred is taken aback a bit, but there's a look of recognition, and understanding. It's funny that you bring that up. I think I've had a similar issue, and I'm not as messy as you are. I leave letters everywhere where anyone can find them. You know we're not in your room, right? You should probably throw those out. But
Someone walks
Did
by
you get
and
any?
picks up one of the balled up pieces of paper and is like, "Oh, what's this?"
Pink paper, no! That's my love letter!
Well, they won't know it's from you unless you signed it.
Who's Melody?
Oh, Fred, gotta go! Fred, Melody's running towards her paper stack, about to attack the person who's reading those papers.
Oh, whoa! What's going on? He drops them and puts his hands up. Like, don't. Go ahead and make a attack roll. Using strength. So just d20 plus your strength. Let's see. Or an athletics check. Let's go with athletics.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I hope you hit.
Is that a 21?
That was 21. It was a nat 20 plus 1. Why? Why does this happen?
So, natural 20. You sprint towards them and, like, at breakneck speed, like a cloud of dust coming up behind you as you're running towards this guy that's reading this letter. And you see him, and there's a little bit of recognition that, you recognize this guy a little bit, but there's more just the heightened panic and emotion, and he's like, Melody, I've heard that name before. And then you wham, slam into him, tackling him to the ground. The paper flutters out of his hand as you both land in the kind of little pile of discarded notes and rough drafted letters. Oh, now I remember. Your Melody. That makes sense. Looking down, it's Todd from Mastiff Group.
Oh, it's you. It's you, Tom. She gets up immediately and starts dusting all the dirt and paper scraps from her dress instead of helping him.
He sits up and catches his breath, the wind knocked out of him from your, like, perfect form linebacker football tackle.
I'll help him up. Or offer to,
Thanks.
anyways.
He takes it and you pull him to his feet. Thanks. I just saw a pile of papers there. Just curiosity. I guess I shouldn't have checked it out. Obviously, not my place. Sorry.
Thank God it was you, because if it was anyone else, we would have been in trouble. Melody would have been in trouble. Melody, you can't just tackle people unless they're the enemy. Well, no, actually, in your case, you don't want to tackle anybody at all. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't take advice from me.
Melody's like in the back, like right behind Fred, flailing her arms. Yeah, that's right. That's what you get for reading those letters. It's none of your business.
I didn't even read most of it. That one was just looked like you trying to sign your name with as many hearts as possible. I don't.
One word. Not one word, especially to who it was to.
Like I said, it looked like you were just trying to practice writing your name as cutely as possible. There was no letter on that page.
Oh,
Really?
That could have been one of my drafts.
I don't. It's fine. It's none of my business anyway. I don't really care. You bruised a rib.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes. Sorry. She looks at Fred and like just shrugs and smiles, looking at Fred, telling her to take over with her eyes.
Suddenly, the need to punch something is significantly less. This was just the therapy you seem to have needed, Melody.
It worked.
It worked. All I had to do was violently tackle a guy.
Sorry.
Those nat 20s are coming in handy for Melody.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god. Right. So, Tao's Mastiff?
I
I
mean,
look at
it
Azul.
was... Azul walking by still?
I'm coming back.
Oh,
With a drink in
you're
mage
just
hand.
walking back and forth? A drink and maybe...
No, I have a drink in mage hand. It's for Melody.
How sweet.
How much does that cost me? Oh, but you're gonna put it in silver.
No, you're fine. 0.2 gold.
Gosh.
Can I lower this by 0.2? Does it understand? It doesn't have points! It doesn't have decimals.
You know, the whole Enya business was a bit of a downer, but since then we kind of came together, and I think, you know, getting through that, actually think we're better off for it. Honestly, not much of note happened until this whole business with Silverlake. You guys are quite the talk. I mean, obviously Echo's doing a lot now, but the fact that you went into all of that, pointing back towards the town, which is still burning, and at this point, like 3/4 of it has been reduced to ash. We saw what it was like when we showed up, and jeez, to think that you managed to survive that, that's... I mean, all anyone from our little Twinhills group is talking about anyway.
I guess it has been a bit now. A couple of weeks. Makes sense that. Really? They say stuff? About what? About Phoenix Group?
Yeah,
Well, I guess
mean,
everything in general.
You're the ones that... You were the first ones here when this was real bad, and... Well, I don't know, at least some in Echo we overheard while we were out there combing the town for any survivors and whatnot. Could have been a lot worse, apparently. Evidently these... whatever they are, I don't even really know what kind of creatures or demons or did all of this. Can get out of hand real quick. From what they said. And I don't know what out of hand means if an entire town being lost isn't out of hand, but apparently it could have been a lot worse. A lot worse.
It could have spread, and we had to do what we could to maintain it, or at least that's what Echo's doing.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
Mm,
You heard the
It
rumors
wasn't-
going around?
The rumors?
Well, yeah, once we're done here, a lot of us are going to be heading back to Twinhills, of course, with Sheryl, but apparently some big warden camp out north somewhere is asking for experienced groups. Maybe some of us could be changing base here shortly.
Melody pokes her head out as she's sipping the drink that she took from the mage hand of Azul as she's listening in closer to the conversation about moving bases.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
I said it's just
North.
rumors.
That's
yeah.
closer to the Bloodlands, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be. I don't think they're talking about anyone going that far, but definitely closer than Twinhills is. Twinhills about as far away from that as you can get. But, well, as I'm sure you've seen, it doesn't make it any less dangerous or important. Well, probably less dangerous, but we got our own share of problems around there.
Did they say exactly where, or what the rumors are? Where
I-
north?
I don't know exactly where. Apparently, some big warden camp somewhere to the north, like much bigger than Twinhills. I think something like the biggest or second biggest warden camp in the country.
Wow. Did those rumors by any chance had the word Phoenix in it?
Nothing specifics. I mean, I don't know how many or if Cheryl's even gonna recommend or send us there. Of course, it's up to her to determine who's, experienced enough to take on that kind of stuff. It's not like she'll just send anybody to a more difficult place to fail,
Melody crosses her arms and puts one of her hands on her face as if she's face palming. No wonder you were snooping through the letters. You were just trying to find out more information. I'm sorry about that, Todd.
Yeah, let's go with that. No problem. Don't worry about it. I'll be careful with papers in the future. Anyways, I wasn't even trying to stumble across the two of you, but I guess it was, nice to see you guys again. It's been a crazy couple weeks here, but, at least somehow, oddly enough, stand and watch as a whole town gets systematically burned to the ground is one of the more calm missions that I can remember being assigned to.
Yeah, I'm sure you speak for all of us. I mean, our cleric hasn't been handling very well, as you can see. She's pointing far where Ezekiel is. Probably like in a fetal position or something. She's not sure. Just pointing over to his side. I mean, I can't blame the kid.
This is certainly heavier than anything that we've dealt with before. I'm doing all I can to, I guess, detach just enough to make it through as well. It's kind of surreal.
Well, with that being said, she looks over at Todd straight in his face. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Thanks. Good to see you guys made it out. And, if I got a hunch, and it's probably going to be a while till we see each other again, because if anyone's getting recommended to go, it's certainly going to be you and the rest of Phoenix. You guys are something else.
Well, thanks, Todd. I appreciate that. So, with that being said, send more prayers to our way, and we might need it. Who knows when it'll be the last time you see me again? And she winks at him, smiling.
Shucks. Not really my thing, but I'll have Guerra toss a prayer or two your way.
I hope we go north. Where does that sound?
Oddly enough, I would be surprised if you said anything else. That's kind of exactly what I was expecting you to say.
Really? I'm quite surprised.
Oh, but have you been here the whole time?
Oh.
Alright. You're very
I brought
quiet.
drinks for Melody.
Thanks, Azul. She forms like a little heart with her hair.
With her hair?
Interesting trick.
Oh, there's a lot of more interesting things about me, Azul. She just like furs her bro.
I'm dying.
I'm...
Some may call me a rogue, if I do say so myself. As she sips the
Very
drink.
loud one.
Not the sneakiest, yes.
Yeah, you may be
Honestly,
right about
no
that.
rogue I've ever seen.
Oh,
But you leave
shots
the
fired.
impression. No, you leave quite an impression. It's a very positive thing, to me anyways.
Bright colors, louder mouth, instruments.
Like a firework. And human, well, elf, half elf. Sorry, I'm not racist.
Melody just like confusingly smiles at both of them, not knowing whether it's really a compliment or not.
Yep. So as they continue to bounce compliments / comments off each other, Melody is just smiling and like gazing into the middle distance as the camera slowly zooms in on her.
What time of day is it?
I'd say it's mid-afternoon. But time is wishy-washy during this downtime activity. Is there, just like I said, if there's anything that, once you guys are done wanting to converse and play out certain scenes and events, just let me know. But if there's anything you guys want to do, you have the time to do it.
Melody, you should probably go check on Ezekiel. I haven't seen that little bugger around for a bit.
I was just thinking about that, Fred. And I'm going to go walk towards Ezekiel and see how he's doing.
And Azul, I think it's time for your afternoon nap. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go patrol that way.
Afternoon nap. I'm quite fine.
She's gone.
Yo, Zeke!
As she opens the door, and I'm assuming I'm in a place.
Everything is pretty much outside, tents and all of that stuff, like I said.
As she enters my tent, I guess,
Sure.
that I've been kind of hauled up in. I'm Ezekiel's currently conveniently eating, as I am doing.
Hey,
Melody.
Ezekiel.
Hello.
She scoots to right next to him to sit down. Hey, so have you been cooped up here all day? I mean, have you been doing anything out there? You know, running your shifts and whatnot? I haven't seen you outside as much as, since the past events of the few weeks that we've been together here. Just want to make sure you're okay, buddy, you know?
Oh, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm fine. I've been doing my shifts as I've been told. For the most part, I've been just keeping to myself. I just needed some time to think. I've been using this downtime for just some quiet.
Hey, you're not alone, you know. And I told Bishop the same thing. We're a team, and although I know that we may not agree, with some of our decisions, a lot of times, but we're still in this together, right?
Yeah.
Anywho,
I know. It's not
yeah.
bad.
Have you gotten any letters from your family? I bet you did. Who doesn't like you, right?
Oh, well. That's rather sweet. I haven't gotten any letters, no. I've been here and there talking to my family at home, my mom, my dad, and just talking the little mouth that I'm able to. I can't exactly just send letters to my hometown.
Oh, so wait a minute. How do you get in contact with them? Is there some sort of magic trick that you clerics know?
It's, it's no magic trick. It's. I mean, it's magic, but it's not magic tricks. I. The best way to put it, I guess. I'm able to kind of talk into their head, if that makes sense. Then they can do the same back.
Melody's like curiously like just rocking back and forth, kicking her feet, just listening to Ezekiel explain how he talks to his family. It's kind of like Dragon Boy in a way.
Much more limited, but well, is it longer distance but more limited would be the way I'd put it. I can't have long conversations in someone's head. I don't particularly know how his works either, but regardless, that's how I've been doing it. I've been just speaking into their head as many times as I can push myself to do. And as you can see, I'm gonna gesture to all of the notes and like the papers that I've been writing on. I've been just writing down everything, my thoughts about everything. I don't think there's really anything that hasn't been put down on a paper. I've been collecting my thoughts over this past little break thing, if you can call it that.
Yeah, any thoughts in the paper are thoughts. I mean, all my thoughts are dumped away in that pile by my tent. I mean, they're still thoughts, just not well written, if you ask me. But I'm working on it,
You still have them in a pile? I thought you picked them up. You just picked them up to move them somewhere else?
Yeah, she just threw them on the floor.
Just there we go. In the distance, you hear.
But he's gonna take another bite of whatever he's eating. Yeah, nothing really eventful. How about you?
I couldn't quite catch that. Can you say that again? She's looking at Ezekiel, staring at him weird as he's eating and talking with his mouth full.
How rude.
Okay. He's gonna push like the food to one side of his cheek. Oh, nothing really eventful's happened for me. How about you?
Melody just kind of looked at him distasteful for just a few seconds when he did that, and then just shakes it off. Well, pretty much. Was just considering debating whether I should tell my family about what's been going on and what I've done so far. But probably not worth it. Just gonna get yelled at, I suppose, for not saving everybody, so why bother, screw them anyways. I'm perfectly fine.
It's a very interesting view on family, but I guess I can't particularly judge. I don't know what your home life's like.
Well, let's just say that you guys are my family now, and that's all that matters. And I'm here to protect you guys no matter what. She gets closer to Ezekiel, angrily saying that as she talks about family. As you can tell, she has really passionate about family.
Oh god, you're gonna make me want me to punch something again.
He's gonna kind of like lean back. Well, protecting's always nice. Having ideals, the whole nine. If you could back up a little, that'd be great. Not much room. Um,
Oh,
I can
right.
see you're very passionate about it, and I'm happy, I guess, that you don't for whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna push you to talk to your family or anything, but
Why should I push to talk to them when they're the ones that pushed me out of their lives? I mean,
Mm.
she like covers her mouth as she's realizing what she's saying and that she probably let out too much. Actually, yeah. Like you said,
Yeah.
family isn't always blood, you know. She gets up and she's about to walk away.
Okay. Um, nice,
She's gone.
nice seeing you too. I
You
guess
get the tail
as
end of
she
that.
walks away.
Yep. Melody, you walk out, kind of fresh boil in the blood as you head back towards your tent, fists clenched, kind of muttering to yourself. And the giant mess of papers that you again just left out, the crumpled mess of your tent. There is a lady that is picking them up, like, who would just leave all this trash here?
Leave that! That's mine!
She drops it and. Okay, maybe you should. I mean, if a breeze picked up, they would be all over the camp.
Melody shoots off a glance and tells her, "You know what? Maybe I should." And she starts picking up all her trashes.
Again. To move it to another place to just dump outside somewhere, probably. Anyway. So with all of this, it's not necessarily downtime. You have time to work on projects and things like that, but you guys are still every day assigned to either guard a section of the town, as less and less as the weeks go on, thralls and other creatures that had been turned in Silverlake get pushed and flushed out for wardens like you, Mastiff, Scorpion group to take care of, as Echo group takes care of the more overarching large-scale project of Silverlake. Occasionally you all are sent in after the sun sort of cleansing, purifying, weakening of these spore creatures and the fungus that had taken over Silverlake to search for survivors. It is very strenuous, arduous, long hours of work. Nearing the end of the month, Sheryl informs you, as Melody, Frederica, you had heard the rumors going around by Todd that we've been requested to send capable warden groups to Pomona. She says this as you all are grouped together, as well as members of Mastiff, Scorpion, and the other Twinhills Wardens. And so it's been asked of me to gauge which of yous are ready to head out and take on. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Nyan. Vastly more dangerous enemies and circumstances. As I'm sure you're all aware, you joined the Wardens to fight back the Bloodlands and the fiends that come with it. And from Pomona, you'll be pretty much sent out where you're needed all across the Republic. Up to and possibly up to the edge of wherever the Asmodeus line is at the time. And so with that, I've made the decision on which of you will be going and which of you will be staying in Twinhills, because, as I'm sure many of you have seen, there's no shortage of need for wardens everywhere. And she looks across all of the gathered wardens, and Scorpion group, you'll be headed to Pomona. And the half-orc that you had interacted with a few times kind of nods and gives a nod to the rest of his group. You hear him muttering, "Of course, who else?" There's a little bit of a pause. As well as Phoenix Group. Your two groups will be headed to Pomona. They're expecting you in about 2 weeks' time. Does take about a week to get there, so as the last official order, as, well, the captain of your little warden group, I expect you to take some time off. I know that what we do, we can sometimes get engrossed in it, and it can consume us. But that can get exhausting, physically and mentally. So don't take it as a vacation, take it as a reset of sorts. If your mind isn't in the right place, if you're tired, then you're more susceptible to the tricks and magic of the fiends that we're fighting against. So take some time to recharge, reset, and report to Pomona in 2 weeks' time. And she flips over pages back to the beginning of the clipboard that she carries around and gives a nod to dismiss the gathered wardens. And so, both you guys in Phoenix, as well as the members of Scorpion Group, are tasked to relocate to Pomona. Said it's maybe about a 5-day to a week-long journey, depending on your method of travel. But you're not expected there for another 2 weeks' time. So you could either get there early, investigate the city. Those of you that are aware of Pomona know that it is a fairly large city near the heartland of Kia itself. Lots of surrounding villages and towns are very heavily into agriculture and livestock raising. So this is kind of the breadbasket of the Republic. Pomona is sort of the area where all of these surrounding towns and villages feed into, and then the food is distributed where it needs to go to the rest of the country. So it is a very important place to go. You also learn that this is basically where the second largest and most central warden camp is located. Outside of the camp that houses the wardens that actually cross the line into the Bloodlands, this is it. So the task of the wardens, like you guys, on this side of the Bloodlands is to maintain order as much as you can. Close rifts that show up here so that those that actually cross into and try to fight back the Bloodlands can do so without having rifts and fiends opening up portals behind them and basically encircling them. So that's what you guys are here for, and what Pomona is the central hub for, essentially.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
Guess Todd was right after all.
Yeah. I guess I can't be too surprised by that decision. Gonna be weird not to hear Cheryl's voice on the other end of this sending stone. Guessing we gotta give this back, huh?
Yeah.
As you go to give it back, instead of taking the partner stone from you, she gives the one that she held on to you.
go ahead and give that to whoever ends up being, well, your new me in Pomona.
Oh. All right. Thanks, Sheryl.
Of course. I must say I'm quite proud of how you all has turned out, and I know that you'll continue to do good work up in Pomona, or wherever it is that you end up going.
Oh, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
I miss our little conversations. You were
Yeah.
a great supervisor.
I do appreciate that. You know, the best you can do to thank me is to keep doing good work, and maybe once all this is well and taken care of, we can have some more nice chats, reminisce on the bad times.
Yeah, will do, man.
Yeah.
Sheryl, do you happen to know where Chaz is?
He's not around here. He's actually, well, he's off doing something else right now.
Right. Could you just thank him if you see him again?
Yeah.
I sure will. Who knows? You all might see him again. He's not exactly attached to Twinhills or even to me personally. Kind of a freelance type. He's very not sure. He was sort of assigned to me, or say I've been told that he was going to come along to Twinhills, but he was never part of any group like you are.
I imagine not. I mean,
No, he doesn't quite have the personality for it, and I'm not saying he has a bad one.
Well, that's a bummer. I sure was hoping we can share drinks again together.
Share was a bit of a broad term.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can't say that he didn't enjoy the drinks that we gave him, I hope. I'm gonna. Yeah, I hope.
So, as the work in Silverlake comes to an end, the whole of the town, like, you saw the process of it as it slowly disappeared day by day, but now looking back across the lake to where Silverlake used to be, this wide expanse of gray, ashen wasteland, essentially. Husks and skeletons of larger buildings. A small haze of soot and ash in the sky around it. Sort of strange. You remembered the cityscape and the line that the larger buildings, homes made across the sky as you approached it for the first time, and that's not there anymore, but at the same time it is bittersweet. You know, or at least you've been told, you've done as much as, if not more than, you possibly could have. The spread's been contained. Multiple hundreds saved from Silverlake, finding People more continue to come out until the very last day. But
No.
as
Oh, no, go on.
But as Echo Group finishes their job, no rest for them, and as soon as the situation in Silverlake is well under wraps and completely taken care of, they are gone that very same day. Back to the Asmodeus line, the Bloodlands, and wherever they are needed next.
It's a bit of an odd feeling. I mean, though we spent this month obviously seeing it all go, I don't know how to feel. All those people, their livelihoods, it's been uprooted. I can't imagine what that's like, but I can only hope that they get their roots back down and they continue living.
Surely unfortunate, yes, but this does not mean it's the end for them.
No,
They can make something of the remains and
of
rebuild
course.
it. Perhaps for the better.
We're fortunate that, quite frankly, that people like us were there to protect them. And I know from here on out, they'll be protected through the eyes of the Vigilant One. They'll recover, I'm sure. Still,
Sad
it's odd.
about livelihoods? You're sad about livelihoods being lost. Or sad, I am. Do you not grasp what happened here? Do you not understand? It's, oh, boo-hoo, your shop is gone, but you're alive. Like, you can't say that for the thousands who aren't.
No, I know, I've thought about that long and hard over this past month, but unfortunately we can't do anything for those who are gone. I kind of have begun to understand the only people that we can focus on are those that are still here, and those that are, it'll be a little rough.
Can't do anything. Can't do anything. Can't do anything. Right. Sure, fine. And so then Persephone manifests gets out a tool from her bag and just chops off her hair. I'm doing something. This is not happening again.
Oh dear.
Persephone, your hair, it's getting shorter.
Well,
Well,
that would be.
And maybe you shouldn't. Maybe I should do it. Maybe give me. Give it to me.
No, it is God. It's sawed off.
Oh my gosh.
Just grabbed like it into a ponytail and just sawed right through it.
I'm not forgetting. Not for a minute. None
No.
of them. I'm not giving up. I'm not resigned to this. This is not... Yes, the living matter, but so do the dead.
Of course. I can only hope that they find their peace. I think they would all appreciate the willpower that you're showing right now. We'll make sure
Persephone,
no more.
you toss the clump of hair that you had been holding on to and had just severed to the ground in front of you, and slowly, strand by strand, the breeze picks them up and carries them away down the river.
If I could spend the time to build gravestone by gravestone, find the bodies even though they've been burnt, to bury them properly, I would, but there's not much left of them, is there?
Melody goes on and touches his shoulder, Ezekiel's shoulder, and says, "Hey, their song may have ended, Ezekiel, but their melody still lingers on." As she winks at him and smiles warmly. Ah!
You, I
What was I
suppose
doing?
that's a kind gesture. And that is something I hope to.
And so,
You know,
Hmm?
Ezekiel, well, all of us, we've all had a lot of time. Well, not really a lot, but enough to really process everything. You know, we've witnessed it, we've experienced it. And for a bit, I thought, you know, we didn't do enough. We couldn't have done enough. We weren't strong enough. But we are. And we're getting better. And we all may be here for a different reason, but we're here. And we have a responsibility. And I look down towards like the hair that's fluttering, and a duty.
Right. Yes, I'm starting to come to accept much of the same. The only thing we can do is get stronger, try to avoid things like this.
It's not just that. We have saved people. We have helped people. People who we most probably thought we weren't able to bring back, and we have to acknowledge that. You know, those who passed, we're still protecting the loved ones that are still alive from them.
Mm. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And so, as the temporary warden camp is broken down by those that are going to head back through the pass to Glimmerdale and Twinhills, the six of you begin to pack up and gather provisions for the trip to Pomona and whatever lies beyond there. As you all gather your things and pack up, you begin to travel the roads beyond what used to be Silverlake. Ready for the days of travel ahead, as well as Sheryl's last official order to take some time, recharge, get your minds right.
Can I add one more thing?
Yes.
I would like Fred to write a letter to people.
Okay.
For Mother and Todd from Mastiff.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Sure. You can get me the general gist of what those letters are later.
One is a pun. Oh, okay, cool. Perfect.
One is a what?
One is a pun.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
And the other one's a bit more
Okay.
Serious.
I'm excited to see which one's which. All right. All right. So, you guys hit the road, traveling once again together. This time, no cart, no horse, just on foot.
What?
Nope. There's no
Nothing?
facilities for horses and carts here, and no more Silverlake.
Makes sense.
A week stroll? Oh my god.
Yep. So as you guys walk and journey, you pass by a number of little farmsteads, a number of little plantations, and basically nice rolling hills, fertile farmland, livestock, cattle, oxen grazing. Nothing like back in Twinhills. This is like large-scale agricultural operations. Beasts of burden hooked up to, only the most cutting-edge medieval farming technology, plowing the fields in a day's time that would take dozens of laborers a week to do. As you pass by one of these small farming villages, you can see there is. You stop for a break somewhere to get a drink, pick up some bread or something. Whew, you've been walking for a few hours today already. You see a man dressed in flamboyant colors, standing in the center of this little village on a wooden crate that he's brought in, and shouting and enticing people to gather round, handing out flyers. Come one, come all. Here, well, not here exactly, but just a few days eastward, in the town of Windgris, for only a couple days left, Gray's colorful traveling carnival. Excitements, wonders, the likes of which you've never seen before, and will never again, probably. I'm sure you, ma'am, sir, could use a day or two, something that you could tell your grandchildren about. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And he goes and continues to pass out flyers.
Huh. That's something y'all interested in?
A carnival?
You see someone passing by, and one of, basically a leathery skinned farmer that, probably works day in, day out. He has one of the flyers that is got handed to him. He kind of grumbles and crumples it up and tosses it on the ground. What kind of working man has time for any of that nonsense?
Melody whispers next to Azula and says, that guy could sure use a trip to the carnival. Am I right? Huh?
Sure, I suppose.
What?
However, that would presumably put him behind many days of his work. So perhaps not.
What all do you do at a carnival?
Wait, you've never been?
No. I'm... No.
You lot standing over there, you seem like you could use a spot of fun. Come up, don't be shy, step forward. Let me tell you about the wonders and excitement of Gray's colorful traveling carnival. Been all across the Republic, making our way, sweeping through before the fiends can get to you, leaving you with a day that you will not forget, I promise.
That bit was a bit morbid, but sure.
Well, there's got a bit of that. You want to see
A devil up close. We've got one at Gray's Traveling Carnival.
You have a
What?
devil.
Oh, yes, of course we do. And the masses here, just something for them to see. All locked up in a cage, don't worry. It's quite safe. For a small fee, you can take a peek.
Ezekiel's just gonna kind of like slack-jawed stare at him. Is this normally what is in carnivals?
Oh, well, Gray's Colorful Traveling Carnival aims to impress and bring the masses what they are most curious over. And, well, as I'm sure you're aware, all of the horrors and terrors of the North. Just bringing the people a little bit of a glimpse and a peek of that. Piques many people's interest, so we are just simply happy to oblige. You see the man's face is painted colorfully as his garment is as well.
Just give us a flyer.
It's absolutely, here you go, sir. He hands it to you, and as you guys gather around and look at it, you read it, and you can see Gray's Colorful Traveling Carnival. This painted picture flyer on parchment of a sort of circus-looking tent with games and adverts for different spectacles and wonders and events. And at the bottom, painted in very nice calligraphy. And now, featuring the marvelous Moonsong Minstrels.
Melody's pupils just shrink a bit and whispers down, "Oh no."
Ah,
Moonsong.
Moonsong.
Give me that. Melody grabs Bishop's flyer and like she just puts it in her mouth and eats it.
Okay.
She's sitting there with, like, she gets about a third of the flyer into her mouth before she can't fit anymore. It's just crumpled up.
What in the hell
I'll
are
take
you
another, sir.
doing?
Kind of oddly wide-eyed, the carnival barker just silently slips you a fresh flyer, Bishop.
What the hell was that
here's
about,
one.
Melody? Why'd you eat a paper? I wanted to see what was in the carnival.
Carnivals are dumb anyways. We don't need to go.
Have a ration. You can, like, here. I'm like offering.
If you were truly that hungry, you know we have more than enough to feed everyone.
Yeah, it's
Don't
not
have to
about
go
that.
Eating paper.
I just don't think it's a good idea anymore to go to this carnival. I mean, you guys should agree. There's devils there. I mean, why should we go? And there's gonna be people playing, and
All the
I
ones-
think that's more reason for us to go.
It's
Exactly.
plenty of reason to go. The general masses around a devil. Quite frankly, I'm kind of glad I didn't have carnivals in my hometown, if that's the standard.
Melody looks down and she looks very confused, but at the same time she looks stern and very serious, as in realizing she should probably go also to the carnival because devils are unheard of in carnivals before where we used to perform. Fine. You're
This
right.
is a little bit odd for you, Melody, because this is not where your family used to perform at all. They used to perform in theaters, more for like the well-to-do, upper class, and nobility. This is far beneath what your family would normally be associated with. So this is a bit odd in that regard.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll be honest. Okay, you guys know my last name is Moonsong. This is my family who's going to be in this circus, but carnival, whatever crap this is, we're not accustomed to performing in these type of bullshit. She's pointing at the little guy handing out the flyers. Insulting him.
That's
Yeah, and we would perform in massive cities and everywhere. I mean, we're just that prestigious. How did this happen? I mean, granted, I haven't spoken to my family in a while, but something's not right.
So, I mean, Moonsong sounded familiar. I kind of forgot. Could you tell me about the carnivals then?
Can I tell you about the carnival?
No, then, not Zen.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to.
Well, that's the thing,
You just
Ezekiel.
explained that.
Well, yeah, I know. No, just like what happens in a normal carnival. Ezekiel's interested in what happens in a normal carnival.
There's one surefire way to find out.
True.
Now, I know that you have your family thing and you're prestigious and regal or whatever, well off, endowed, if whatever way you want to put it. We were told, however, to have a little wind down, a little fun, maybe. And this whole carnival thing kind of has me intrigued. I won't lie. You and your
Melody's just crossing her arms and just sighs in defeat. I actually have a bad feeling about this, but
I mean,
sure.
there's devils involved, I can agree, and that's another reason, upon the 3 others that I've listed. Just a devil within the masses is not the best idea, just because it's in a cage.
Well, yeah, and then again, why would my family be associated to a carnival that implements devil sightings? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, unless they've gone crazy, but then again, there weren't the crazy ones, I suppose. But Melody just like sighs in defeat and just being very upset about the whole situation and confused as to what is happening.
Well,
that warrants investigation then.
sir,
Yeah.
could I also have a pamphlet?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
We hope to see you there.
I'll give it a thought.
Just on the road to Pomona, you'll see the signs for it. You take the roads towards Windgrace, and we'll be there till the end of the week. Which you guys might be able to get there like just in time for the last day if you decide to.
Well,
Looks like we're going.
looks like we're going. Okay, I was gonna ask how everyone was feeling about it, but sure, we'll go.
Right, we
We
have
must.
to go.
I'm not against it by any means, Ezekiel says with kind of like a little interested smile on his face.
Interested in like the carnival and the games, or because of the devils, or is it like?
Oh no, it's definitely the carnival. This is more than intriguing to him. He's having a joy.
All right.
Melody's just staring at the half-eaten pamphlet that she had took
Yep.
over, and she's just staring down at
Yep.
the names.
Yep.
And
You ate the half that did not have your
That
family's
did
name on
not.
it.
Yeah.
I know, right?
All you see in like slobber and ink is still Moonsong.
Yeah. Still pristine at the bottom, so crumpled up, but still pristine at the bottom is, the marvelous Moonsong minstrels, which absolutely is not how your family billeted themselves.
MMM.
Yeah, the triple M. No, this is some like, it almost has you thinking like, how weird is it that there's another group of like minstrels called Moonsong? Because this can't be my family.
So, this should be interesting. Well, what do you
Well, if
think,
you s-
Frederica?
I think we shouldn't be wasting our time with this.
No, That's a fair point.
Melody just whispers underneath her breath, Mom, Pop, what the hell is going on?
Fred's gonna scratch the back of her head. Well, I mean, suppose if it involves Melody's family, then it's not just... I'm sorry. I think I was being a bit inconsiderate.
There's the devil too, but yeah, I mean, I'm mostly interested because everyone seems to know what a carnival is, but I don't.
Does Azul know what a carnival is? Did they have carnivals in the Astral Sea?
But yes.
Yeah,
Azul's
yeah,
like
of
looking
course.
at this carnival. Ah, what are you talking about?
damn, even
I've
other
never seen a devil in there, but
even other planes of existence have carnivals, but it's I was
The boy never left his house.
no, I mean I literally didn't know.
Alright. So you guys are going?
Yeah.
So a couple more days of travel. About a day and a half. And you're heading off the main road towards Pomona. And you begin to veer off as you see signs for the town of Windgrace. Checking the flyer just to make sure that this is where it's pointing you to, you head in that direction. And soon enough you see the large farming town in the distance, and outside on the outskirts of the town you can see where the large colorful tents and stands are set up for the carnival. Many horse-drawn carriages with their horses, some still attached, some hitched elsewhere, set up. A variety of different stands, games, stalls are set up as well. And you can see performers of various sizes and races performing feats of acrobatics, performing for crowds. Some of them with musical instruments, some of them juggling, some of them performing small feats of magic that wow the commoner crowd that probably is not so accustomed to such things. Keeping an eye out, some of you have different priorities though, and you can see a painted wooden sign depicting what looks like this grotesque devilish face, an exaggerated smile with hooked teeth at the top and bottom and long red horns and a very evil looking face, like pretty cartoonish depiction of a devil, and someone standing outside and ushering those in, taking payment. Occasionally, a small child will run out of the tent screaming in panic, and their parent will chase them down, and themselves looking a bit shaken, try to calm down the child.
So, everyone else is noticing this because Ezekiel is completely just like drawn in by the carnival, even the little like feats of magic. He just looks like he's just
Ezekiel, you know what that spell is. You can do that spell. No, it doesn't matter. That's cool. Yeah, but they look so cool when they do it.
That one just did a backflip.
I don't know that spell.
I can't do that. I'm just like kind of pulling on Melody's sleeve. Did you see that? He just blew fire out of his mouth.
Melody's looking around more distracted than everyone else, trying to look for her family, and looks at Ezekiel for 2 seconds.
Signs of them.
She says, "Yeah, Zeke, that was great." As she's like turning around, really paranoid and like looking everywhere for signs.
Oh great gods, is he eating a sword?
There is in fact a sword swallower. Yes. You can see him like this thin, like maybe 2 foot long sword that he just completely swallows, bends down and bends over with a bow to show people, and this woman that's like standing nearby, he's like offers her to pull the sword out. She's like, "Oh, it's Sarah." And she seems like panicked, like she won't do it. He stands back up and withdraws the sword from his mouth, and to a round of applause. Like I said, jugglers and what looks like, animal handlers or tamers. What? What are you guys doing?
Is he okay?
Melody
smell of-
grabs onto Ezekiel. He'll be fine. Can you help me look for my family if they're here?
Well, I mean, you just what? Yeah, yes. Sure.
All right. The smell of fresh cooking meats wafts in on the breeze from further in.
Yeah, Ezekiel's gonna start hovering, and no, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do the
How's it going?
What's that smell?
Yeah.
It smells great.
You guys are walking through, so immediately Melody and Ezekiel head off. What do you guys?
Oh yeah, we're wandering off.
Yeah, they're wandering
Yeah.
off.
Time to intimidate some shopkeepers to give us food for Ezekiel.
You see where the source of the smell is. It's this spit sort of barbecue like stand where this massive ogress is cutting up hunks of meat, goat, turkey, pig.
Wow. I'm gonna kind of like almost like a kid dragging their parent along. I'm gonna drag Melody by her sleeve. That smells great. We have to get some. I want to try the carnival food. I didn't know they had food here.
You walk up to it, and you can see that there's sort of a menu on a wooden board, a wooden sign that is right next to where all of this cooking is going on. Around you and in the back, there are these small, sort of like goblinoid-like creatures wearing very colorful and flamboyant outfits that are scrambling around behind the ogress and assisting in a variety of ways. You can see the list of meats and different foods available, and at the bottom it seems like there's a challenge, and it says "Lift Mauto" with an exclamation point. 5 copper, and if you do, you get free food and drink for the day at the carnival.
Ooh. Melody. Do you think we could coax Fred into getting us free food? If anyone could lift it, it could be her. I mean, you too. Quite frankly, I've seen you lift Ezekiel's gonna make like kind of like a big-eyed face, an egregious amount of weight. I don't know how you do it with your frame, but
Melly's putting like her arms in her hips, like just waiting for Ezekiel to finish his sentence. You're really hungry, aren't you, Ezekiel?
well, jerky's not the most appetizing food for the 3rd day in a row.
Come on, let's go grab Fred. We're doing this challenge. And we're eating free whether we win or not. She's like walking angrily to get Fred.
Alright, so you pass by many various like stands and such like that. You could see places with archery and various amounts of sort of like little carnival games. You guys head back, and I'm assuming that you guys are you guys just standing at the entrance, everybody else just idle, or what are you guys doing?
Oh,
I'm perceiving.
well,
I'm perceiving. All right.
Bishop is trying his best to swallow sadness as he sees other families.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds him of his family, but he doesn't want to be a killjoy. And he's probably just going to try to focus on seeing the whole devil attraction thing.
Okay. So, You guys head up towards the devil attraction, the four of you, and scrambling, hurrying back, Melody and Ezekiel, you see them as they're approaching the tent. The sort of shady looking man outside taking coin and depositing them into a bag is like, come, come, gaze into the other side. See a creature come from the hells. But I warn you, it is not from the faint for the faint of heart. A simple silver coin to take a peek at the devil.
Melody looks angrily at the devil merchant person who's showing this exhibit and walks up to him and holds up the half-eaten sign and like ignoring everyone around her at the moment.
You still have that, okay. The half-eaten flower, cool.
And she intimidately asks him, "Do you know where this group is right now at this carnival?"
Hey, the moon songs, they don't normally come out until it's their time to perform. Normally part of the main attraction later on in the afternoon, in the big top, along with the show.
Akma, damn it! She walks away.
All right. I assume that you're not wishing to see the devil then, young lady?
She's
Good in
looking
poor
at
taste.
the group. Should we, guys? I'm sorry. I just have my judgment is being clouded right now with everything happening at once. Should we go see this devil and, I don't know, throw rocks at it or something? Can we punch it?
I would recommend not doing that. You don't wish to anger it, as it's angry most of the time. I would caution about looking it directly in the eye as well. You know, looking at devil in the eye, they can steal your soul.
I'll
And-
show you anger.
I don't know what I've done to upset you. And as you're saying this, a young teenage couple walks out of the tent. The girl kind of almost like in tears. The guy seems shaken as well, but's trying to put on a strong face. No, that wasn't so bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, to be honest.
I'll toss him a silver. Humor me.
Right, again, I must warn not to let your gaze linger too long.
I'll pay as well.
Yep. Me too.
Same. Yeah.
I'll go too.
Don't
Alright.
worry, Melody. We'll figure out your family thing.
Where,
Want you all to go ahead and is Ezekiel not doing it?
where? I'm gonna like kind of nudge Melody. I guess we can get the food after.
I promise. We're just gonna check this really quick, and then I'll buy you all the food you want. In fact, I'll even do the challenge for you, Ezekiel, okay? I'll get you the food, I promise.
It's okay. Well, I mean, we needed to check up on the devil anyway, so
Alright.
yeah, I'm in.
Then pay 0.1 gold, please.
Decimal 0.1 gold.
And as you enter into the dimly lit tent, there is like a curtain placed right as you enter it that you have to walk around so that more of the light coming in is filtered and blocked out. And you can see these lanterns set up on the ground underneath this cage. The lanterns have this filtered red glass that cast an ominous glow on the small room. You can see in the cage there is a figure. As your eyes begin to adjust, you can see this tailed figure that seems to have these curved, crooked horns starting from the top of its head. You can't tell if it's the light or if it's its skin color, but it does seem to have a reddish hue as your eyes begin to adjust to the darkness. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna ask, what are you doing here, or why do you stay in Infer?
All right, there's no response. Instead, there's this low, sort of guttural growl, and you see it turn to you with bared teeth and fangs, almost like a rabid, feral look about it.
Persephone. That. I mean, given from what we've seen, I don't know if that's actually a devil and not a demon. I don't know.
Hard to tell in this lighting. Might need to get a better, closer look, but it does seem that you can hear these like strain.
I'm gonna an infernal try and speak out to it. What? It's rather interesting to see mere iron bars hold you back. Why?
Are you getting closer, or are you staying at your distance as you're talking?
I'm gonna get a little closer.
All right, as you begin to step closer and talk to it, the creature within the bars lunges forward, grasping onto the bars, and these gnarled hands and fingernails lash out towards you, unable to reach you. A crazed look in the eye, and as your eyes adjust, it's unlike any creature that you've seen before, unlike any devil or demon you've seen before. Can you make a let's say perception or nature check, one of the two, and someone else can do so as well.
Okay.
I can try to do a nature check.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go for the perception.
Oh, really mechanical, quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fiends are my favorite enemy, so
Okay. What does that mean?
it means that certain checks I do at advantage to try to figure out what they are or track them.
Is nature check one of them?
Nature check is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a straight roll, please.
Okay.
I got a 16, by the way.
Okay.
It says survival.
Nature's nature's to recall information. Apparently, I don't think that would work. I don't know.
No, yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Either way, I got rolled on that one.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Look at it and you're like, dang. You're examining this, not like you've not recalled anything like this before, but you are kind of looking at the features. Oddly, not like leathery skin, but this reddened, furred skin. The way that the horns are angled and look like they're like a bit off center, and you're just cataloging this to add to what you know about devils and adding it to your sort of mental catalog of these fiends. Ezekiel, you look in and you see a monkey dyed red with horns attached to its head. It's probably rabid.
Oh, I'm gonna just kind of walk back to the group. Hey, that's not a devil or a demon or.
What are you talking about? That's clearly a devil.
No.
I know, look, I know a devil when I see one. That's
Okay, then why don't you go closer to the damn monkey?
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 It's a monkey.
There's a monkey in there?
But Bishop said it was a devil.
Okay, wait. It's frothing at the mouth a little, but don't get
like
that close.
a devil.
They got
Like
a
a
rabid monkey in here.
Like a devil,
This is
we've
what I
fought
paid.
many a devil. I don't think I've really noticed one frothing at the mouth.
Can
Well,
I
that's
use prestidigitation so I can like light up the place?
You want to press the digitation? Sure.
Yes.
Like a little bit of light, like, you give a little bit of natural, like, white or yellow light to offset the heavy red tone and hue that is being cast by the lanterns, and you all can see clearly it's a monkey that's been dyed and sort of had horns attached, glued or something, maybe to the top of its head, to look like a devil-like creature. In the low light, and especially with the warning of the carny at the front of the tent to not look it directly in the eye, lest it steal your soul, you could see how it could trick people, the common people that don't know anything about devils and or bishop. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's I was just testing you guys. All right.
Yeah. Certainly. Rather adamant
Melody.
about that test.
Melody's just gonna stare straight with her pupils shrinking each second with fist. Like just forming a fist.
Ezekiel's kind of just like laughing.
She's going to go up to the person that we just gave our 0.1 gold to.
No. I'm gonna. Can I roll the restrainer, please?
Both of you go ahead and make strength checks. Just straight up strength.
While the children are fighting, I'm gonna go up to the guy and speak in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Hey, I got a 9. Do I win that?
You somehow do. Melody is just she's a little bit of a mess right now. She might not want to really yell at the guy. She's just kind of brimming over with emotion and stress and anxiety about her family and stuff right now. So as you go to try to guide her away, she more or less allows you to.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like forcing her. It's just
it's like hold me back. Why aren't you holding me back? Like,
yeah,
I don't want to do this. Someone.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I know there's a lot going on. It's fine. You don't gotta yell at him though. It's a harmless attraction.
So as you all walk out, Azul, you turn to the guy.
If you would prefer this conversation to happen outside of your head, and everyone know of the facade that you are presenting to people here, I recommend you give myself and everyone else here back their coin.
Mr. Ewan. Absolutely. Not a problem. You know, it like your friend was saying there, harmless attraction. Lots of what we do here is sort of sleight of hand, a trick of the mind, just to give someone a good time. So, terribly sorry if it did not meet your expectations here. And, yes, please, let's keep this quiet, yeah?
Oh,
I understand completely.
Personally, you can keep my coin. I mean, I got a good chuckle out of it.
I'll take a silver.
Okay.
Okay.
You can see the guy, he goes to put the silver back in the bag, but as well you keep your hand
Actually,
out.
the mage hand takes it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That was...
Ezekiel's already going up to Frederica about the food.
Want me to do what now?
Fred, there's this thing over there that says if you can lift something that you get free food.
I can get you free food? You mean I can get me free food?
Yeah. Not just me. I think it goes for multiple people.
Well, I mean, if it's free food for her, she could just get it for anybody, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of the jerky and the bread and the dry goods.
You had me at food. Let's go.
All right.
Yay!
Ezekiel skipping along as
Yeah.
Melody is still kind of fuming.
I'm like
Frederica-
holding her hand, but she's like begrudgingly
Pretty
keeping up.
much. Frederica's walking ahead / alongside you as you guys are the ones, From the side, someone shouts towards you. Takes you a moment to realize that they're calling you out, Melody. Oh, hey! What do you do? Wash your hands, strawberry jam. Never seen anyone with that color hair before.
Who are you?
Looking over, you could see this person in basically clown makeup, their head poking through a hole in a wooden board. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking to you, short stuff.
Who are you calling short stuff? As she's about to go walk up against him.
So, about 10, 15 feet away, there is this sort of stand set up with, slightly off tomatoes that you could pay to chuck at the guy.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
No, this is perfect.
Melody slams like 1 gold on the table to play.
Oh my gosh, how many rounds is that?
Each throw is only 3 copper pieces.
Oh my god.
Oh, interesting.
using the whole bunch.
Puts in another gold.
Slams out a second gold. Okay. The guy kind of looks a little bit surprised. The clown behind the thing is like, you're gonna need that many. Looks like it. Why don't you empty out the rest of your purse, little rich girl?
What, girl?
No, man,
I'll show you it.
Alright, 2 gold for now. We'll get you approximately, let's see. That's
Oh my god.
How much is that, man? Like 200 throws? Oh, no, wait, 3?
He was about to put
Like-
3.
How much is that? I can't do the math in my head. That's
so 3 gold
oh
would
my
be
God.
300 copper, which would be 100 throws. So this is about 66, 67 throws.
Oh my god.
Melody, no.
I thought you might as well
Just
even
takes
it
the
out.
whole bunch of the whole crate of tomatoes, one of the whole crates, and just puts them there. It's like, just go until your arm gets tired, I guess.
I would like to guide her.
You got all right.
I'm ready.
I will try to tell her, remember your training. Like if it's a bow, even though it's not a bow.
This is not. This is a strength check. Because this would be like a
Advantage?
thrown weapon. No, it doesn't matter.
The D4.
D4, with a
D4.
D4, like you're blessed, yeah.
Okay.
Do it with advantage as well. Just roll like 10 D20s. Let's see what happens.
I rolled a D4. I just rolled a 16 right now, but I haven't done my D4 yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be.
What?
Oh no! My bad. I did 64.
64s.
It's my bad. My bad.
That would be a 17 if you take the first one. Oh, okay, never mind. There you go.
Okay.
She rolled
That-
the 3 afterwards. That works. Let me, I'll fix it for you.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're good. Okay.
Almost a 20.
Almost a 20? Alright. So, you take a first few tomatoes and you just start chucking them wantonly, basically. They slam into the boards, get 3, 4 in before you manage to calm down. Eventually, he just keeps laughing at you, Bishop and Azul behind you, guiding you and giving you, remember your training. You hone in and you chuck a tomato and it splats against his forehead. Like, gonna need a few more of those to get my hair as disgusting as yours is.
Oh
You
no!
clown! You're going down!
You take more, just constantly a whirlwind of arms and flinging tomatoes. One of them is like, okay, ow, that one wasn't fully ripe yet. Oh,
You had enough yet, clown?
But he gets through maybe 20, 25 of them. He's like, no, come on, you gotta keep it up, man. The one that's...
Can I tag you in, bro?
You boys are lucky. You're having your girlfriend do the work for you, huh?
Girlfriend? She like just stops all of a sudden and starts blushing, and then she looks back at the guys who were helping her. That's it. She gets another tomato and ready to throw at it as she's blushing. Stumbling.
This one, he kind of just throws completely over everything.
Oh, it's missing. Disadvantage everywhere.
And see, she's left, probably half of the tomatoes that she had. Melody, your arms are pretty sore from the flurry of throws that you had.
Oh.
I'm not.
The clown himself is. I'm not done yet. I'm not giving up yet.
You're going to wish you picked another career, you clown.
You sound just like my mother.
That was a bit personal, but
Oh yeah?
Okay.
You mean disappointed? She's yelling out back at him. That's it. Let me at him as she's about to just jump over the crate of tomatoes.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab her. Hold on now. We fight with our tomatoes, not with our fists.
We fight with our tomatoes.
She frees in a moment of relaxation as she sees Bishop is right behind her, helping her through this.
Yo. Hey, Melody, since you seem to be ready to throw more than tomatoes, could I throw a tomato?
Can I throw?
You know what? She
still
looks
got
back at her
back
friend
there.
group. You can all join in. Here's also tomatoes. I think he hasn't had enough from everyone yet.
Oh God.
I'm actually
Okay.
really interested to see Fred throw one.
Oh, me too. Okay, let's do it.
Melody's just with her arms crossed, looking at everyone, all proud, grabbing tomatoes.
Azul is not interested, but the mage hand picks up a tomato and throws it.
Just go ahead and make some rolls. Make some rolls.
Alright, I guess.
I guess.
Did attack to hit?
No.
It's a
No, I'm
strength
just
check. You want to
Also,
raise?
every time I go to
No.
throw
Oh my
something,
God,
I get
Ray.
a nat
Oh,
one.
wait.
You rolled a nat one.
Every time I go to throw something, I fail horrendously.
It's alright.
Sorry.
As he's panting, you can see maybe a little bit of a bruise beginning to form on his cheek from all of the times that he got hit. He looks to you, Ezekiel. It's alright, little girl. Everyone struggles their first time.
But my hair is not that long yet. You know what? I was
Spiritual.
thinking
Use-
about helping you.
What is
you
this? Charisma?
jerk.
What controls my mage hand's strength?
I don't know. Just
Doesn't it have just a
Roll
base
a D20.
strength? Oh,
No, that's not mage hand.
Oh no.
No, yeah, the mage hand in regular doesn't. You can't use it for combat. Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it just.
So just use your stuff. I don't care. Just a straight D or just a straight D20 or whatever.
Sure.
0. That's good. That's good. That's good.
So 12.
All right.
Frederica making Melody proud.
Yeah. Are Persephone and Bishop throwing as well?
Oh, I nonchalantly threw it, as a 9. Just like
Okay, just like whatever. I'm not as high.
It's not a gun. I'm not excited.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to throw out your hip, old man.
Old man.
All right. I'll show you, old man.
Gun.
Sharpshooter.
The gun, no, put it away. I've seen this man attacking innocent people.
I just picked
Little
up a tomato.
girl, I'm gonna ready a fireball. No, I'm joking.
I picked up another tomato.
I
There
would
you
like,
go.
I would like to guide Bishop.
Guys,
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll go roll a d4. Then. Hold on. Oh, that's a 20 now. Okay.
Oh my god.
oh, God. Is Persephone throwing? Or no?
Really throw one.
So, as you have like the mage head tosses one, doesn't go. As Ezekiel tosses one, doesn't go. Bishop kind of nonchalantly tosses one, doesn't go. Frederica, this whole time you're kind of just getting the feel of the tomato, tossing it up and down in your hand as everyone else is having a go. Bishop takes his second one and chucks it, and it hits the guy square in the jaw. He kind of groans, and you can see him kind of reeling from it as you take the tomato and throw it and hit him square in the nose, and he falls away, and you can hear from behind.
What?
The guy at
the noise.
and he scrambles around, he like runs, and he's like looking behind the wooden wall that's set up there. He's like, "Come on, are you okay? I mean, like, did you even check those? They're supposed to be rotten because they're a little softer. That one was like a... Oh, that felt like a stone. Oh, is it bent? Does it look bent?"
Oh, sir. Are you okay? I'm gonna kind of like peer over the wooden wall.
Going.
I mean, I could fix you up real quick if you need.
He looks up at you, like his hands covering his nose. He kind of separates them, and you can see you're not sure if it's tomato or blood or what, but
Could you touch your nose real quick? Just like tap it.
Oh!
Okay, just come here real quick.
He goes up to you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You don't really
little
look like a
girl.
girl. I'm sorry. It's just, you know, it's...
No, I know it's your job. It's fine. I'm gonna lesser restoration is no.
Okay.
Lesser Pressa, what the
No,
fuck?
no,
What-
no,
do
no.
you know what that does?
His nose is no
Sorry,
longer
sorry.
paralyzed or diseased.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cure
Why?
his nose.
You're gonna
I'm
cure
going to-
What is
Yes,
Yeah, just cure wounds.
yeah.
tomato?
My bad.
I think he was thinking of greater restoration, and then we ripped his nose off.
Oh my god.
Can I? What's the
Wow.
druid one?
A druid one.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. Disease now not afflicted. I did it. This is huge.
He looks at the other guy like, I'm gonna go take lunch now. He's like, yeah, you do that. Just clean yourself up a bit.
Oh,
He looks back to you guys like, I know you all had a number of throws left. Happy to refund you for that amount. Terribly sorry. Technical difficulties.
Melody steps in and she looks at him. She's like, "Wow, that's such a nice gesture." No.
But that's money you could get back.
What do you mean? Who says I'm gonna stop? She grabs the tomato. Looks at the other guy.
No. I mean,
it's fine.
you can come back when he's done. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to see you again. I mean,
I don't think he was in the. Mary, just take the reimbursement.
Fine. She holds out her hand, waiting for the gold back.
not all of it.
Gold.
1 gold. You spent 2, you get 1 gold back. You guys did go through about half the tomatoes.
That's fair.
That poor guy.
He got almost coming to him. She looks at Ezekiel angry.
So, yeah, to the point that his nose was kind of messed up, sure.
I didn't cause that bleeding. He did. She looks at him all romantically over to Bishop.
Pretty sure it was Fred.
Oh, I don't think it was
whatever
him,
delusion.
and I'm gonna look over to Fred with like kind of wide eyes. You know, when I said I was interested to see you throw it, I didn't think you'd maim him. I think we're gonna get free food. That's what I think. Hee.
You guys go over to the food again, where the ogress and the many goblinoid-like creatures are preparing it. You can see large, thick drumsticks of some kind of fowl, the ribs and other mutton-like foods that are being cooked and smoked. And you can see there at the bottom, the challenge, 5 copper. Basically a one-time try to lift Mauto, is what it says. And you get free
Lift
food and drinks.
Mauto?
Mauto.
Mauto.
Yep.
Oh, Mauto. Okay. Mato.
Mm-hmm. Lift Mauto.
My toe. Lift my toe.
Lift my toe.
Lift my toe.
What is Mato? Or do I have to pay
The-
to find out?
No, the large ogress behind the counter that is serving up the meats looks over. I'm Mauto.
Why is he talking about his toe?
Mauto?
That's me. She says, "It's an ogress. It's a female, but you know they're kind of big and very large, taller than you're standing, about like 9 feet tall, tree trunk sized legs, very robust."
Oh, my lady. Yes, here you go. 1
Right.
gold, please.
That's dumb. That's Mauto doesn't. What do you want? I don't deal in that often. One of you get over here. How do I turn the gold into copper?
I mean, it was just 5 gold.
5
Or, sorry, 5 copper. 5 copper. This talk of gold has me all
This
dazzled.
gives you more copper.
I'm starving.
It's a good
Oh
deal.
no.
All right. So you're going? Are you paying for food? Or are you paying to lift, or both?
I'm paying to lift first.
Alright, she lumbers over and stands in front of you, towering over you, casting a shadow, and you can see she's a bit sweaty from working over the hot spit and grill. You get 1 try to lift Mauto.
Okay,
Try.
I'm
I would
gonna.
like to.
Oh, I was gonna cast guidance.
You know, go ahead. I've been doing it a bunch. All you, brother.
I'm gonna cast guidance
It's only
on her.
my
I'm gonna tell her. Alright, show me all that crazy strength that you always show.
Alright.
I'm famished.
I'm gonna rage.
You're gonna rage!
I'm gonna rage. The force of determination.
Sounds good.
I
Roll a
can
d8
do
for me,
this,
please.
Hopefully.
Oh my god.
I forgot
Oh.
about that! Oh my god! We about to find out.
Oh
Give
no.
us a
no.
2.
Oh,
Oh
she
my
gets a
God.
teleport.
Let's
I
go.
think that's a teleport. Yeah.
Which one is it?
I think that.
It's a
Yeah, that's the
teleport.
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 You just said give me a 2,
Oh,
and it worked.
That would be great if
That's
this was the
crazy.
first time you've done
if
it.
you successfully lift her, you can teleport with her.
I don't know if
Perfect.
that's how it
Okay,
works.
okay.
Alright, go ahead and make a strength check.
With advantage.
Pure strength with advantage and a d4.
Yeah. So she's gonna lift a whole
She's trying.
progress. That's
She's
crazy. I'm crossing my fingers.
$18. You squat down low and wrap an arm, trying to see like how can you grip this large
wait.
ogre's and what? Something wrong?
It's 20. It did not add the
20.
D4. to
She didn't
that.
add the d4. Okay, so 20.
Well, it did. It just didn't put it in the final result.
Okay,
Mm.
so you get down and you're trying to find like a solid place to grip onto. She's sweaty, like again, like tree trunk sized thighs. You manage to wrap your arms around one of her thighs as she kind of chuckles at your efforts. You begin to squeeze and lift. You can feel her kind of going off balance. Whoa! As you manage to just get Malto fully off the ground. Her eyes go wide in shock like she's never... Oh, Malto's never felt this before! Oh! You let her back down with a thud. 20 was exactly what you needed.
Oh, Ezekiel's jumping off the ground, clapping. Shit.
Looking around at the others and everyone, like a little bit of a crowd that had gathered and watched as you had begun to try, like some of them starting off pointing and kind of chuckling on, by the end slack-jawed and wide-eyed. You, sure.
Thank you.
What
thank
can
you.
Malcolm
Thanks,
get for
pal.
you? She looks at you with a little bit of a sort of sultry waggle of an eyebrow.
I'm gonna teleport to Ezekiel.
She's gone. Hmm.
Ruffle his head.
Oh, I mean, it's free anything from my understanding, right?
Exactly. I think.
So why not get a little of everything, if not a lot of everything? I don't know. Everything smells so good.
So, as you guys begin to have the food that Frederica earned for you all for free, many different kinds of meats and accoutrements, you begin to make your way further into the carnival, enjoying the tender, succulent treats, smoked, cooked, grilled up. Better, definitely, Ezekiel, than all of the jerky and rations that you've been having. It is melt in your mouth. It is good. It is deliciously unhealthy carnival food.
Bro, that's making me IRL hungry.
You guys head back into Gray's colorful traveling carnival. All of the various stands, a number of different activities. You can see people doing this sort of sleight of hand cups and balls routine. There's archery. There's what looks to be a stand set up with these many weird, whirring, almost like steampunky looking inventions. You can see people setting up for drinking and eating contests. And then looming over all of it is the large, big top carnival tent where the evening or late afternoon show is going to happen. And all of that we will potentially get into next time.
Oh.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good
Thanks for showing
night.
up.
Good night.
Till next time.
Till next time.